Here's what you missed.
As she was mowing, a snake, Ted, dropped out of the sky.
Oh, here we go.
And it landed on her. Now, before she could brush the snake away, it coiled around her arm. After keep on, her lawnmower's still going. After it coiled around her arm, it started biting her face. Now, the good news is she was distracted by the face-biting snake when the hawk that had dropped it angrily swooped down to recover its lost meal. That included sinking its talons into the same arm that the snake is wrapped around as it fought with the snake because it's trying.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Just keep in mind, you're mowing the lawn, a snake lands on your arm. It immediately coils, starts biting your face. As you're starting to scream, a hawk that had dropped the snake now swoops down, has his talons in your arm, and is fighting with the snake because it wants to get its snake back. Now, eventually, the hawk did manage to rip the snake away from her arm, but not without dislocating her shoulder.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, because the snake's wrapped around her arm. The hawk takes off with the snake, dislocates her shoulder. She was, in fact, taken to the hospital with multiple bites, puncture marks, and a dislocated shoulder.
And there's one more on the list. I'll give you what the description is. He says, this guy is the master. Being a great guitarist isn't about playing as fast as possible. No one on this list can make a note sing like him. No one on this list comes even close to his ability to write solos.
Joe Walsh?
Not a bad guess, but he's in the Eagles.
All right. Steve Vai, Joe Satriani.
A little bit slower, but when he gets it, he gets it. We do play this band quite a bit.
Green Day.
Yes,
no.
Billy Joel Armstrong.
No.
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry's not a bad guess.
Not the Eagles. Is it like is it a classic rock band?
It is.
Have we played them today?
We played them today, yeah. I think we played, what did we play today? Ooh, I Need a Dirty Woman. What's that song? Young Lust? What's that song called?
Hang on, I'm working on it. I can find it.
I think the name of the song is Young Lust.
Somebody from Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd, yep.
I don't know who the guitarist is.
David Gilmour.
David Gilmour.
David Gilmour. Of course, my bad.
Exactly. Here are your top 10 greatest guitarists of all times, according to people who do this kind of stuff. 10, Tony Iommi, Angus Young at 9, Kurt Hammett at 8, Stevie Ray Vaughan at 7, 6 is David Gilmour, Slash comes in at 5, 4, Clapton, Eddie Van Halen 3, Jimmy Page 2, Jimi Hendrix is the all-time greatest guitarist. But he would take that metal detector and just scourge through the grass up and top. And I mean, the stuff that he said he found, rings, necklaces, watches, knives. I mean, you name it, change, just anything metal that was up there. And they would all just dump it, collect it at the end of the, sort through what each person wanted and, just take it on their own, man. I was like, that's pretty intelligent. That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal. I don't know. Again, I don't know what happens in the lawn, and this is universal anywhere. You have the part where people are actually sitting. Not a whole lot of craziness.
No.
You go up to the lawn, it's like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of forgotten stuff. Sometimes people forget other people. You don't see the guy wake up like, but I don't know where my friends are. Like, they don't know where you are either, man, and I can't help you.
Yeah. I mean, even, like, when I was a manager for our basketball team in DeMatha, like, I did that in our gym after the games.
But to clean up all the
extra
crap.
money. Because people would just leave, like, soda cans. And, like, I think we sold, like, the most remedial concessions, right?
Oh,
like
of course.
A small hot dog and, like, a box of popcorn.
Yep.
But even at, like, high school games, people would just leave stuff.
Yep.
Right? Which doesn't seem that hard.
It's not.
It's like, dude, it's a high school gym. Like, you can see the trash can.
Just pick up your stuff and throw it in the trash. It ain't going to kill you.
And also, like I was saying, like, at least at pro sport events, I could write it off sometimes and be like, all right, they had a few beers and forgot.
Sure.
Like, you're at a goddamn high school game.
Yeah, come on, man.
Like, you know what you have in the stands.
Like, if you let an alligator go, all right, in theory, okay, in like Los Angeles, into a lake or a pond, wouldn't it be fine? Like, why are there no alligators on the West Coast?
I mean, it would be fine for a while, but, like, it wouldn't be a problem outside of maybe attacking somebody.
Because it's probably not going to freeze. You're not going to go with that.
Right,
Even when it does
But it
freeze,
just
they live through
can't,
those.
it can't reproduce.
You can't reproduce, but I guess that's Miles' point. Like, look, it's not going to reproduce. There's no other alligators or crocodiles for it to get down with. It's going to eat whatever's available, and then let's just cut. You know what? There might be some alligators down there. You just don't know.
Like if the storm drains or something, I mean, wouldn't that be, in theory, something that would be probable?
Well, look, you had the story. We're talking
I
about
just
it
think
earlier.
if you saw one out of, like, the South, it would just be captured and killed.
Maybe, but there was a guy in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Just got his ass dragged off of the beach into the ocean by it was a crocodile.
Crocodile.
All right, so you would think it could swim north, head toward L.A., get into the sewer system or
That's
something.
what I'm saying.
Why not?
Or at least
Probably just weather.
Yeah, I get.
I mean, why isn't there a crocodile in Tijuana? So this was in Puerto Vallarta. Why isn't there one in you know what I mean?
Is Tijuana on the ocean? I don't know. It is on the ocean. Then they're probably there. But I've never heard about anyone going to Tijuana and bringing up beaches. No one goes there for the beaches. Like, if there's not a crocodile in a bar or a brothel, I think that's why people are saying.
Well, see, people do go for the beaches.
Thailand. For the beaches.
Right. For the beach.
Ozempic class drugs were found to slash the risk of heart attack by 14%.
Y'all think?
Well,
Yeah.
the only bad
People
thing-
losing weight.
The only bad thing we've heard about it is, you're going to have some digestive issues.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, right. And I mean, you lose weight, your numbers look good. Obviously, that would help lower your risk of a cardiac event, I would think.
I would take that sponsorship if they offered it to me. Hell yeah, I'll take a jab. Talk about it on the radio.
What, Ozempic?
Yes.
Is it a jab or a pill?
They have, I think there's
both.
pills now, but generally it's injection.
There's a pill version of
You just give yourself a little poke with a pin.
I do.
You can also get it out and measure it out in a vial.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't think I need all that. I just
Damn.
need a little jab.
Coward.
Little bitch.
I need a face, man.
I mean, it does look aggressive, but I have a lot of friends that not just GPL1s are into peptides.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they just get used to it and just like, boop, away they go.
That is weird.
Why did the tree need to take a nap? Why did the tree need to take a nap?
I don't know.
For rest. Yes. Why did the face win the race? Why did the face win the race?
I don't know.
Because it was ahead.
Okay.
And finally, my wife asked me if I'd seen the dog bowl.
No.
You didn't even know
No,
your
but
dog
I've
could
seen him
bowl.
play golf.
Yeah, well, it's good. Close enough. Yeah, I've only seen him play pool.
I was like, I knew it was one of those.
Yeah. Well, maybe a couple for the dad, then.
All right.
Let's get rid of these. Where did the IT guy go? Where did the IT guy go?
MIT.
He probably ran somewhere.
Okay.
Where do coffee beans go to find a date? Coffee beans. Where do they go to find a date?
Grinder.
Grinder.
Oh,
Now you know.
coffee beans, huh?
Yeah.
Happy month, boys.
And I don't understand why people dislike vegans so much. I've never had a beef with them.
Like the Zippo, for whatever reason, that was the thing. You'd ask someone for a light, and they pull out your standard Bic or your Cricket. You're like, cool, thank you. Anytime they broke out a Zippo, one thing about a Zippo, at least indoors, if you ask for a light from someone and they have a Bic or a Cricket, they hand you the lighter. When they had a Zippo, they lit it for you. It was like the standard rule, man.
I just hate
We
the
didn't
smell.
smoke cigarettes
I
and we had
smell of it.
Zippos because we just thought they were cool.
Right, just pop them open. Do the
Yeah,
whole
you brush them against your jeans.
I just hated the smell of them.
Yeah, I didn't love the smell, but
They just made this cigarette taste bad.
I don't.
Not that a
still had
cigarette
to-
tastes great. I'm
I had to
just saying.
save up for one.
But it
I'm like,
just
I have
looks-
to have a Zippo. It's so important to me in my early 20s. Like, dude, guess what? I went to the store today and got a Zippo. And they were like, let me see. It looks like every other Zippo. But
Well, and just, I don't know, like any lighter's fine, but Miles, it just looks so cool. You see somebody light a cigarette and just clasp it. Like, it just looks cooler with a Zippo.
Yeah, but now you're just
It
standing
does.
outside on a corner and no one's looking at you.
But I feel like the guy that broke out the Zippo, you're like, they are committed to smoking for life. They have seen what the Surgeon General has to say. They don't care. And I don't care right now. But if the doctor tells me, I kind of go like, all right, man, maybe I'll make some different decisions.
Dude, I have a little, like, almost like electric Zippo. I don't think Zippo makes them.
Is that like that?
But it closes like
windproof
that?
kind of thing?
Correct.
Yeah.
That thing is, I mean, you can light it in any weather.
Did you buy that for Burning Man?
I did.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the time it is.
There's some other times I was just like, I don't want to be out there and not be able to light a joint.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4559. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk, Montgomery, and you are the men's room. On tap today, Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show. Join us once again. We will sit and spin. And today we patiently wait for summer and sunshine with the 10 best rock songs about summer.
All right.
We will play Profile This, plus headlines, a men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Drinking a drag.
All right, here we go. Mexican Batman tapes motorcycle thieves to street poles all around the town. We head to Thailand, where 100 escaped monkeys are now roaming around. A gang from Venezuela steals $500,000 from Connecticut ATMs. How could having a brain cancer get any more grim? It happened. And today's rescued animal is a boa constrictor hanging out at a pool in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, for my 50th birthday, me and a couple of friends, among other places, we got the chance to visit the Mediterranean island nation of Malta. And it was absolutely gorgeous. And I would recommend it to anyone that will listen, pay it a visit. Well, over the weekend, 3 tours. They had a very memorable visit to Malta, but for all the wrong reasons. In a nutshell, one tourist jumped into the water from a natural rock formation. Seconds later, the rock formation that they jumped from collapsed and landed in the water below. But between the water and the rock formation were 2 jet skiers underneath, and things ended poorly. But otherwise, Malta is beautiful. Mexico, another place I love. Beautiful beaches. Our tours there went to Puerto Vallarta, took advantage of the beach in front of the Marriott Resort. Yeah, he was dragged out to sea by a crocodile. They grabbed him by the thigh, and it took him away. His body was recovered about 900 feet offshore, which is more insulting because that means it didn't even eat him. It just dragged his ass out there and let him die. And it's like, I'm not even hungry. Now, oddly enough, I'm headed to Central Florida this weekend for the 4th of July. Actually, I'm headed there on 4th of July, but I'm actually there for a volleyball tournament right there in Central Florida. Now, there's no crocodiles there, but there have been 3 alligator attacks in the last 7 days. Now, in spite of that, Florida officials, they call the attacks rare, even though it happens 42% of the time. Now, they say that they say the same thing about sharks, right? About 50 miles south of Florida and the Bahamas, 12-year-old kid is on vacation. He was attacked by a shark while snorkeling with his family. Now, obviously, all these things put a damper on the vacation plans, but some things are just out of your control. But other times, things are completely in your control. For example, 16 people, they've been banned from Carnival Cruise Lines after they decided to get into a brawl. We'll share the details of that coming up. But first, we want to hear your story. If you're lucky, you've been on vacation. If you're real lucky, it went off without a hitch. But that's probably not the case. Sometimes people get sick, they get injured, you might get arrested, you get lost, you lose your passport. Inevitably, something can go wrong. So that's what today's question is all about. Brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. We have a fill-in-the-blank style question for you. The vacation would have been great, and then blank happened.
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and I'll watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Looking for the perfect place to get ready for
company and took all that crap over there. They had a dumpster behind it. They're in a strip mall, so they had a dumpster that had their name on it directly behind and dumped all of my crap in the dumpster.
Good.
I was just like,
I've never lived in a building that had a dumpster outside where I haven't seen people dumping stuff in it.
That's what I mean. And
Right?
I
'Cause
actually
even the
thought it was
building I'm in
okay.
now, they sent like a note like this and that, and I'm like, dude, like I watch people just park their trucks and dump stuff in there.
I mean, the problem is if you have a dumpster, people are going to throw crap.
It's right there in the name.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was your interesting experience with the trash? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Cormac. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, go back on hold.
Maybe not.
Hello, Gerald. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How you gentlemen doing?
We're doing great, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right, so what'd you find in the trash?
So I was a nighttime janitor, and we would drive around to a whole bunch of different accounts. And I was working with my coworker and a good buddy named Devin Matthews. And one night we get to this account, and I'm like, let's get done with this real quick. So, like, you start on one end of the building, I'll start on the other, and it's a pretty big building. And let's just get the trash bags and then dash out of here and go back to your place and drink some beer and smoke. And he's like, sounds good to me. So we get in there, and I go to one side of the building, he goes to the other, and I'm just mobbing through, just dumping trash. And then I start making my way to the middle of the building, and I'm, like, finding pieces of trash, like, scattered here and there. And I'm like, oh, man, he's got a hole in his bag. He's going to be making a mess everywhere. And then I come upon something that looks exactly like a woman's feminine product used. I'm like, oh, my God, this is gross. So I went and grabbed a glove, and then I start getting that, and I keep going more and more. I'm finding more of these what looks like feminine products, and I'm freaking out. Like, this is so gross. How is he dropping this everywhere? And then finally I meet up with him. I'm like, Devin, what is going on? You got a hole in your bag. You're dropping these everywhere. And he's like, starts laughing at me. I'm like, dude, this isn't funny. This is gross. There's like some blood back there. We got to clean that up. And he's like, brings me into the break room. He's like, it's these buried tea bags. I saw one in the trash. I thought the same thing. So I thought I pulled the biggest joke on you and put them all over the floor everywhere. I'm like, oh, man, I thought we were, oh, man, it was gross.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Good. Make work fun.
Yeah, if you can.
What was your interesting experience with the trash? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Philip. Welcome to the men's room.
Yo, hola.
Hola.
So I'm a groundskeeper down in Olympia for the state. So I was out on a rainy day, decided to smoke a cigarette. I hid up underneath this little rhododendron tree. As I light my cigarette, I looked to my right, and I think, that branch has hooves. And it dawned on me, it was not a branch. It was a severed deer leg. Still had the fur on it. I don't know how it could have gotten there. This is in the middle of downtown Olympia. This isn't like it washed up in a tree. Somebody found a dead deer, broke the leg off, and decided that was a good home for it.
That's pretty odd.
All right.
So as a groundskeeper, I'm assuming you didn't have to deal with this, right?
Oh, of course I did. I grabbed the truck. It went straight in the dump with all the tree branches.
Interesting.
All right, I like that. This
that's
tree
weird.
has a hoof.
Could you tell how long it had been out there?
Not long, because, like I said, it had all of its fur on it. It looked pretty fresh.
I don't know. Maybe it could have been a little leg of venison that night.
Yeah, it's a little, it's a little weird.
Yeah, because typically you
If
would
there
see other things. Like, I don't know, you would see organs or you would see other parts of the deer. Yeah, if someone went in there and cleaned the deer, they're not going to take all the crap out, too.
How do you
They're
think
just
you
gonna
got that?
Well,
I mean, you're right. So
you don't take the leg off.
right. So, like,
That's
why
not
is there
something you
just
do.
a solo
that's,
deer leg?
That's typically not something you do, I guess. I mean, maybe below the knee.
Maybe.
I think it was just a crime of opportunity. Dude found a dead deer and just said, screw it, I'm going to chop it up.
I guess.
Look, none of it makes sense.
No,
All
it does not.
I'm trying to make sense out of it.
Here's a body part story for you.
Cool.
South Carolina mom says her daughter's fingertip might have been saved if school staff hadn't thrown it in the trash, according to a lawsuit. Shamika Freeman claims her middle school-aged daughter lost part of her finger when another student forcefully shut a heavy classroom door on it. The incident allegedly occurred after Freeman's daughter had properly obtained bathroom paths from her teacher, while another student left the room without permission. Freeman's suit contends that school employees failed to preserve the detached fingertip after the accident. preventing surgeons from reattaching it. The filing accuses the district of negligence and recklessness, noting that the girl, she did have to require hospitalization and surgery, and that she suffered ongoing physical pain and emotional distress.
Yeah.
Jury trial, they gave her $300,000 in damages.
For a fingertip.
For a fingertip.
Huh.
Well, they threw it away.
I would take $300,000 for a fingertip.
Would you?
Yeah.
Which one?
I mean, if you're going to say ring finger, it's kind of meaningless, right? I mean, I don't want to lose a fingertip, but if they said, hey, $300,000 for a fingertip, like, take it. Take it.
I would thrill.
You take $3,000?
300 grand, not $3,000.
300
G's.
It's not even a whole finger. It's not your hand. It's not a leg. I mean, it's just a.
But when someone asks you what happened, you say, well, I got $300,000 for it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I tell them.
Well, they're probably asking me on a very nice beach in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What you doing on vacation? I got $300,000 because I'm missing my finger.
I might take a little toe, but I'm not taking a finger.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not the whole finger, man. Just the tip.
I just don't want to lose a body part.
But it's $300,000.
I just don't want to lose a body part.
But you would lose a toe for $300,000.
I mean,
just the tip.
Yeah.
I could learn to type with a nub.
Yeah.
I'd also like to ET people with my little nub.
Make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What was your interesting experience with the trash? 206-803-ROCK.
Rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hello, Charles. Away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,559. What a large and in charge program we have for you today on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Guaranteed future repeat for sure. We will be joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. We are ready for summer.
Yes, we are.
At any moment, it could happen. Now, typically, if you have been in Seattle long enough, you know the magical number. What is the magical number? Where is it? What is the date yet?
July 5th.
July 5th.
Yep.
That is correct. So, we know what's happening right now.
And that's basically what they're predicting.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as the weather, it's like, right, July 5th.
Mm-hmm. And as far as weather being consistent in Seattle, this is the one thing that I believe is a constant.
Oh, yeah. They've been saying this since we moved here, and they're not kidding.
Maybe some sun on the 4th of July, but, the 5th, we guarantee it.
Sure.
Okay? We're going to get you there a little bit early today. We have the 10 best rock songs about the summertime.
Best rock songs.
These are rock songs, I believe.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. About the summer. None come to mind off the top of my head. No.
How about Y&T, Summertime Girls?
You reference Y&T more than the band Y&T references Y&T.
Well, it's a song about summer.
It is. Well, girls.
Summer Nights, Van Halen.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
There's a good one. Yeah. There's some summer songs out there. We've got the 10 best coming up, as we'll sit and spin at 4:30.
You love Y&T.
Big fan.
Obviously.
Have you ever seen that video?
What video?
Summertime Girls. Y&T.
Do we have any Y&T?
You know we do.
Yeah.
How many different songs?
Ted, this would be a video that you would enjoy.
Yes,
it's California, women in bikinis on the beach. They're summertime girls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a really old video.
It is an old video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they wouldn't do that today.
No.
They would not do that today. All right. Speaking of summer, we're going to talk about vacations today on the program. And obviously, once you book a vacation, the most exciting thing besides the vacation, typically counting down the days, getting everything ready to go, and knowing you get some time off, and hopefully you planned a wonderful outing for yourself and family and friends or whatever you're doing. And sometimes just based on travel, based on accommodations, based on a lot of different things, your vacation can sometimes take a hard left-hand turn.
Yeah, for sure.
And not for the better. Now, this story, the one that you brought up earlier, Steve, is absolutely bizarre. And just looking at the pictures of Malta, I now know why you're just crazy about that place, because the water is, as blue as I have ever seen in a picture of anywhere.
I mean, you see pictures of like Italian beaches, Greek beaches, they're all in the Mediterranean. And Malta is in the middle of the Mediterranean. And when you get there, it looks like a postcard, right?
Yep.
I mean, you can't believe they're there. And then culturally, it's for various reasons throughout their history, it's very different than anywhere else you're going to go.
Now, this, a lot of dominoes fall in this, so to speak.
Great choice of words.
Sightseeing ride in Malta's famed blue waters turned deadly over the weekend when a seaside rock arch gave way without warning. So just think about like what you would see in Moab, or like a land bridge that's going across the top of something, a formation that's been there probably for thousands and thousands of years. That arc gave away without warning. Authorities say a 26-year-old Chinese tourist was killed on Saturday evening after the natural structure on the tiny island collapsed onto his jet ski. Now, he was recovered from the seabed 1 day later, trapped beneath the boulder that fell.
My question is, how did they get him out?
They had to move the boulders. Underneath it was him, and
the jet ski.
And the jet ski. The crash also badly injured the woman that was riding with him. She was on the back. She was taken to a hospital, but the rock formation did not hit her. Now, police say the arch gave way under the weight of a 32-year-old American tourist. He was preparing to jump into the water, okay? So he is on top of this thing. From what I understand, it sounds like he could kind of feel this thing giving way.
That's the sense I get from the article.
Right.
They haven't quoted him yet.
Yeah. So once he kind of feels like, he jumped seconds before the collapse, all right? So he jumped outward. The rocks did not fall on him.
That's one way to get over your nerves. You know, you're standing up there, you're looking down at the water like, man, this is really high. I don't know if I'm going to jump. Then you realize it's crumbling. You're going to jump.
And generally, those people that jump from high distance, you throw a rock in anyhow.
Yes, Tread, that is true.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah.
He was pulled to safety by a passing boat. Apparently, he did suffer some slight injuries. Now, the difficult recovery operation involved Army and Civil Protection divers and a crane that was mounted on a barge to remove the rocks and debris before they could recover the body. Footage from a nearby party barge helped investigators reconstruct the event. Camino, where this happened, is the smallest of Malta's inhabited islands, and it's known for its diving. They report that unstable rocks around Malta's coast are a growing cause of concern. Several areas have already been fenced off after similar incidents, including one that actually killed a 22-year-old woman a couple years ago.
Oh, damn.
When rocks came down and fell on her while she was in the water.
Maybe don't let people die from there.
Or just be in the area on these cliff sides as these rocks are coming down. But so think about this. This guy's on top of this huge bridge arch. He can feel something not right. He jumps off. That bridge collapses and falls right on top of a jet ski.
Like, come on.
I mean...
And there's two people on the jet ski, but the rocks only hit one of them. That's the amazing part to me. I mean, she's riding directly behind the guy.
Right.
But the rock somehow missed her and took his ass out.
Now, we're not expecting any of your vacation stories to entail anything as gruesome as some of the stories we have for you today. That's not the idea.
I hope not.
But these stories have just come up recently in the news.
Well, summer's here. People are taking vacations.
Yeah, we're gonna share them with you. This is not good either. I have been to Puerto Vallarta. Have you been to Puerto Vallarta?
I have never gone to Puerto Vallarta.
All right. I went to Puerto Vallarta during a hurricane.
Right.
That was my Puerto Vallarta experience. So you want to talk about suck. You leave here in, typically in a warm weather environment For the most part, you might get an afternoon thunder shower.
Sure.
It might rain a little bit. You know what I mean? You're dealing with that because of the heat and the humidity in the area.
Yeah.
And just, the area decides it wants to cool down for an hour, half hour. This was not the case when I was in Puerto Vallarta. It was a nonstop torrential downpour for the first 4 days that we were there.
A week?
I mean, all night long. I mean, you got to remember.
So what do you do?
How Puerto Vallarta is, how it's situated. It is kind of in its own bay, cove, whatever you want to call it, but it's very large. And so that hurricane basically just got in there, and you got to remember the mountains are on one side.
So it's not leaving.
It just sat in there and spun. It didn't really move anywhere. So every day we get like a window of maybe a half an hour. You're like, okay, go to the pool for a second. You put your towel down, man. Next thing you know, it's pouring down rain again. You're running back inside. So walked around town, did those types of things, but basically just ducked for cover wherever we could find a bar, restaurant, whatever the deal was. But water's coming down the streets.
So that sucks, man. I mean, when I go to Mexico and I try to go once a year, it's specifically to not be indoors.
Exactly. Now, one thing for sure, though, once it cleared up, we had a few days left. And every single day after that, I went swimming in the Pacific Ocean. It was a very slow, gradual walk into the water. So it was a lot more like being on the Gulf Coast.
Sure.
As far as this bay and this cove is concerned, it wasn't like a severe drop off, like you're just dropping off in the Pacific Ocean. It was actually ideal to swim in.
Yeah.
So I was in, waist deep water for, hours at a time, hanging out. The beach is beautiful when it's sunny and not pouring down rain. There's activity going on the beach and everything else. But this happened in the same place, the same vicinity where I was and in the water, as a man was attacked and killed by a crocodile. This happened in front of a resort at a very popular beach. Now, Jalisco State Police said the 28-year-old man was on the beach in front of the Marriott, which is just next door to where I was staying.
Yeah.
At the Puerto Vallarta Resort and Spa when he allegedly was attacked about 6 o'clock in the evening. After an overnight search and rescue operation, authorities recovered his body about 300 meters offshore. Now, a couple from California said they tried to save the man after hearing screams while they were walking on the beach, but he was dragged too far out to sea. It was pretty traumatizing. Look, it's one thing to die. I get it. That sucks. These people witnessed it. Their vacation sucks too. It's not obviously to that level.
Sure.
But when you're thinking you can maybe help this guy, you hear the screams. You try to get out in the water and try to help, but the croc just kept pulling this guy out.
All right, legitimate question. You're walking along the beach. We hear someone screaming. All right, it's the men's room beach vacation. We recognize that a crocodile has this person, and they're out in the water. And you say, man, we should help. I go, it's cool. What's your plan?
Well, here was this guy's plan.
What would you do? Because I can go out there, but it is still a crocodile. And I personally, I am ill-equipped to come up with a plan on the top of my head that says, I'm going to save you.
Well, the guy swam out there first, all right? And then he realized...
See, I wouldn't have done that.
That crocodile is pulling him out too fast. So then he swims his ass back to shore. There's a kayak on the beach. He grabs it with a paddle. I don't know if it was a rental thing or just someone's kayak out on the beach. So he said he paddled out on a kayak in an attempt to reach the victim, but it was too late. He went down, and then at that point, he stayed down. So I was over the top of him, but the water was murky, and you couldn't even see a foot down. So by the time I got to him, it was unfortunately too late. The crocodile had the victim by the thigh while twisting him and pulling him underwater. He said, I am so consumed with grief and anger and sadness. Now, according to Marriott, the safety and security of our guests and associates are our top priority.
We don't think you hired the crocodile. We get it.
Correct.
At the Marriott Puerto Vallarta, we have appropriate signage as well as night patrolling and red flags to indicate caution in the area, and all were and are properly in place. I'm not sure why they felt the need to make a statement. It doesn't really have much to do with the Marriott.
It has nothing to do with you other than it happened in front.
It's like Thrill always says, we get it, Marriott.
We know.
We
know. If you said, look, normally we hire crocodiles. Unfortunately, this one didn't follow protocol. I go, okay. But otherwise, I think all of us assume that Marriott does not want their guests eaten when they visit.
Even if they've got drones to check the water for whatever the hell's in there, if you can only see a foot into the water because it's muddy and murky, it doesn't really matter.
It don't matter.
You're not going to be able to see a shark.
Well, and there's waves and stuff, right? Look, the Disney story was awful, and that was a kid that got attacked and died with that alligator. But they also had signs everywhere that said, don't swim in this water.
Right, don't even get near it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I want to say this dude, though, as best I can tell from the article, he was walking on the beach.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the water. This crocodile popped out of the water, grabbed his ass. But credit to the guy that tried to save him, because, again, I'm not trying to minimize this, but, like, the four of us are watching someone dealing with, I might scream for help, but, like, I'm not going to swim out there.
Right.
Okay, say I get there. Now what? And then I'm going to swim back, grab the kayak, and I go, okay, now I'm going to paddle out there. Now what?
Look, they lurk on the banks and in shallow water, waiting for something to come by.
Mm-hmm.
That is the idea. That is how they attack in Africa. They're sitting in a watering hole. Whatever comes up, they leap out of the water. They grab you and pull you in. Most of the dogs that are attacked in Florida, their owners walking them on the side of the water.
Next to the canal.
Next to whatever body of water it is. The alligator's lurking. He leaps out. He gets on land. He gets a hold of the guy. And, you're going to have...
And that's a wrap.
And that's it. So it's not like you're not even. Yes, people do get attacked when they're in the water, obviously.
Sure.
But that's not the norm. That's not how they hunt.
Right. But even again, I'm just like, look, it sucks that happened, but the guy's like, I'm trying to save him. It's like, man, I respect that, but what were you going to do when you got
The problem
there?
is, right, because he's in the water.
Especially it's the first time he's swimming out there. Like, bro, I mean.
If I don't know, if the crocodile was just kind of
on land?
Yeah.
You would say.
Maybe
I would
go
give it a
kick
shot.
it or something. I just don't. I'm with you. I don't know what I would do in the water.
Once it's in the water, like, dude, that's his spot.
Okay. But again, news to me. If I would have known that there are crocodiles in the water,
would you have not gone in?
You think I would have gone in?
I mean, you played the odds.
Saltwater crocodiles?
I would thrill.
Look, one thing, shark is one thing. I'm talking about, because that's where they lurk. They lurk in shallow water. And basically, you could walk 50 yards out. It was only up to your waist. That's what I mean.
Well, don't walk out that far. This is what I would do. One, I make a judgment call of how many other people are on the beach, right? So if we're there early morning and maybe there's 2 other families, like, I'm not getting in there. Now, later in the day, there's 500 people on the beach. I'm going to play it a little more shallow than they are, but I'll go out in the water. But you're right.
I mean, I did it last summer, right? Like, I went swimming at a beach in Cape Cod, and my family said, don't worry, they're never on, like, the inner Cape, they're on the outer Cape. And then, 2 days later, the exact beach where I was swimming at, these paddle boarders had a great white.
Following them.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, like, I knew the danger, and Thrill, you're right. I was the only person on that beach in the
kept
water.
telling you that the sharks aren't there.
Correct.
To me, the tip-off with you is, Ted, don't worry, the sharks are on the other side of whatever the rock formation is, right?
Yeah.
And my question is, then how come no one else is getting in the water?
Right, let me ask you a question.
That's what scared me.
That's the tip-off.
It wasn't
because they don't believe it enough that they got in the water.
Right, it wasn't the warmest day, so I get there was, it's kind of cloudy or whatever, because the Cape can be weather like ours. But when I was out there and it's just me, I was like, I feel like I'm just like a human sausage hanging out here.
Your bait.
In Puerto Vallarta, this happened on Friday. So now we're here Tuesday. So he's still in the vicinity. They have not captured this crocodile. How much money would it take you to wade out into the water, even if it's just 20 feet out, for 10 minutes?
For 10 minutes?
10 minutes, just stand there. Like I did. I stood there for hours.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
I didn't know saltwater crocodiles existed in the area. If I'd have known that, F that, I'm pool boy.
Right.
I am pool boy all day long.
10 minutes, waist deep water, Puerto Vallarta. Man.
I mean, this happened on Friday.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
Sure.
10 minutes.
And it's an open tab before you do it.
Sure.
Open tab
you get that
before I
liquid
do it
courage
helps.
Yeah. Provided by the Marriott.
I'll do $250,000.
Oh.
So wait a minute.
Wow.
You'll take a digit off for $300, but you'll stand in a crocodile-infested
because
$250? We'll risk death?
I am risking death. But look, to me, this is the better. The digit is not being ripped off by a wild animal. This is being surgically removed because it was $300,000. Somebody sued for $300,000 because they lost a fingertip.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm down with that. The alligator, I'll take $250 for that.
Just $250.
What are you going for?
Oh man,
it's 10 minutes.
Well, I've already done it. I've already done it, but I didn't know.
I know, but now you do know.
But now I know. So I'm like $500,000.
$500,000, you want $500,000.
Oh yeah, easy.
10 minutes.
Yes.
Ted, you'll swim with sharks.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably swim at that beach right now again on Cape Cod. I mean, yeah, hell yeah. For $300, $500, I'm in.
Are you ever get back in that water again?
In Cape Cod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are. Okay. All right.
A little bit different.
Yeah, there's a lot of attacks.
That's a good point. But then again, no one else was in the water.
I will say this. I wouldn't go swimming if there were seals near me.
No.
Oh, of course not.
No.
That's food.
No.
Yeah. Our question, the vacation would have been great, but then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Our question, what was your interesting experience with the trash? 206-803-ROCK. We have a family that credits neighbors after a dog attack injures 3. 3 people were seriously injured after a group of dogs attacked them in West Denver more than a week ago, prompting an ongoing investigation by the Denver police. Incident happened as one of the victims, one Maria Resendez, was taking the trash out of her home. Her daughter said her mother saw the dogs approaching moments before the attack. She saw the dogs running down the street, but they were running directly towards her. One had her on each leg. The other had one of her arms.
Jesus.
I just heard a blood-curdling scream, according to a neighbor who was directly across the street. I see this woman. Her name is Maria, and she was being attacked by 4 huge Rottweilers.
Jesus.
The neighbor said he grabbed the only object he could find in his yard, opened the door, ran across the street. The only thing I could find to swing at these was an old-school water aerator. So I picked that up and ran across the street. I just started swinging. She said her mom later told her that seeing neighbors rush to help gave her hope. My mom was like, when I saw them, I felt like maybe I'm going to be okay. Police said 2 other women were also attacked nearby during the incident. All 3 victims were treated for serious injuries. 2 neighbors helped steer the dogs away and get the woman to safety. She was rushed to the hospital, where her family said she underwent treatment for her wounds. She said her mother's left leg was among the most severely injured areas, and they set up a GoFundMe to help her. And they say that she has been struggling since the attack. She loves dancing. That's her favorite thing to do. She's just been really sad about that. It's been traumatizing because she does not even want to go back to the home. Now, despite the trauma, the family did express gratitude for the neighbors who intervened. If it wasn't for them, my mom said those dogs maybe would have killed me.
Jeez, man.
Our question, what was your interesting experience with the trash? 206-803-ROCK.
Like, why can't it be Chihuahuas? You know what I mean? Like, why does it have to be Rottweilers? Like, of course. Hello, Duke. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Good afternoon.
Hola.
Hola. So I'm sitting here at Carkeek Park in my Seattle Parks and Rec truck because this is the second job I've got because I got caught walking around with a bucket and grabber cleaning up my neighborhood in Rainier Beach.
Okay. So
just a happy story about somebody being employed because of trash. The trash at Carkeek Park.
They just hired you.
Well, the first job was as a groundskeeper as an apartment complex, and the skeevy guy they brought in to manage the place told them I wasn't doing anything, so they let me go after 3 months. And I walk by there now every day, and the people in the apartment say how much they miss me, and the place is ruined now. So I feel bad for them, but I feel good about that I was doing a nice job there, and I was walking. A couple of Parks and Rec guys said, you're picking up the garbage in the park. Would you like to get paid for that?
All right.
That works.
Well, what's some of the weirder things that you've picked up?
I have, I don't know about the weirdest things. I have the largest collection of Stanley mugs you'll ever see.
Wow.
People go crazy for Stanley mugs, and then they forget about them at the park.
Oh God, yeah, I got so many of those really nice $50 insulated bottles and thermoses. I found a $50 bill one day. That was kind of nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah,
super
that's
nice.
that's a weird denomination to find, too.
Yeah.
I suspect it was somebody's Christmas money, but it was buried deep in the grass and it had been there for quite a long time. So I admit it. I didn't make a big effort to find out whose it was.
No, I wouldn't either.
I get it, man.
That's a tip.
$50. Yeah, sorry.
That's a tip.
What'd you spend the money on?
What did I spend the money on? I think, you know what I did? I bought the fancy water dish for my cats. That's the little bubbler.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, all right.
Okay. That's pretty cool. When I was 13, 12 years old, our Troop 52 in the Boy Scouts, our scoutmaster, he got us all together, and it was we had a meeting every week. I think it was like on a Wednesday night or whatever. And he's like, guys, I got a community project for you this weekend.
Yeah.
I got some exciting news. We are now part of the State Highway Division, and we have adopted part of I-79.
Did you ask him where the exciting part comes in?
Well, here was the thing. The day that we were supposed to start doing this, the State Department was going to go out and erect a sign on the side of the interstate.
Oh, yeah.
That had Troop 52, Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah, it's your mile.
And we had a mile. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. We had a mile. We had a mile of road to clean up, both sides of the road, and also including the median. So they give us the vests and all these things. But at that point in time, most of the liquid-filled bombs of urine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they were all glass. Like Gatorade was glass. All the wide mouth bottles that you would use at that time.
All right.
This was before plastic really took over.
Yeah,
So they had a metal screw on top, whether it was iced tea, Gatorade,
Anything, name
whatever they were selling, man. Like orange juice
Snapple.
containers. Right.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, most of these things somehow did not explode when they were thrown out truck windows, car windows, or whatever. High grass, whatever. We needed to pick those up. So my scoutmaster, Mr. Sedney, he had his truck, but he also had a double-lined hefty bag.
Okay.
All right, so like the industrial strength, he put two of
Because
those
he
in there.
knows what you're going to find out there.
Well, actually, I don't know that he did.
Really?
I don't know that any of us understood this phenomenon.
I understand the kids wouldn't, but as an adult, be like, hey, guys, just a quick warning for what you're going to find out there.
But all of those bottles, regardless of where we found them, so we were kind of stacking them up on the side of the road in piles. So, we'd have 10 in one spot, and then a couple 100 yards down, we'd have another pile of them, and so forth and so on. Because all of those were going to go in this big-ass trash bag, all right? Because he was hoping that it would maintain itself. At some point in time, I don't know exactly what it was, we clean up the entire area. That bag is full of urine. He's like, do not open these.
Yeah.
Do not open these. Just, use your rubber gloves. Just pick them up, man. Put them on the side. I'll go pick them up. I'll go put them in the bag. We'll drive the truck down. We'll put them all in there. Okay, whatever. So we get all the trash and everything and put them back in Sedney's pickup truck. Now, this was the days before, I don't know, truck liners were popular.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just
the bed of your
just the
truck.
metal bed of the truck, right? And at some point, so now we're going to the dump, and we got 3 trucks. Tim's got his. I don't know. The road to the dump was like this pothole-infested dirt and gravel road.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't know how many of those things exploded and transformed. All right. But the entire bed of his pickup truck, and the glass broke through the garbage bag.
Oh, yeah.
Was completely covered in urine.
Oh, man.
The entire bed of his truck just
And that's
smelled
old pee,
like
too,
pee,
man.
It was.
That's a lot of pee, and it's all old pee.
And we're all like, oh, we're adopting a highway, huh? That's great. We got a picture in the newspaper, though. So
I
one of
would
those
not
things.
have thought about adopting a highway that all the piss jugs would be there.
Well, you don't think about it, but I mean that's the reality.
Right.
If you're gonna, there was a couple
the
of years
newspaper
ago.
was there. They took a picture of us. They put us in the weekend edition.
It's the way of the road, boys.
We got some publicity. We got our sign, which, by the way, not more than, less than a year, somebody ran off the road and just plowed that thing, and they
Took the sign out.
They never replaced it. So
I was on a road trip. It was a couple of years ago, and we are not in the state of Washington, but we're more toward the middle of the country, a little bit southern. And there's a car maybe 100 feet in front of us. Don't know anything, just not paying attention. Everyone's just on the highway. and you just see all this stuff come flying out of the passenger side, just throwing it onto the highway. I mean, you name it, man. If they had any kind of trash, I mean, buckets of old food, tissue, all this crap, and it's just like, what the hell? So my assumption is that they're having an argument. Or these people are in the car, right, and someone just lost their mind, and, people get, right? And this went on for about a quarter mile, maybe. Just crap flying out of the side. End up passing the car. It's two black dudes in the car. Still just seemed like, dude, what the hell? Drive up a little farther. They adopt a highway. We got to the conclusion of it. It had been adopted by the KKK.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't see the sign. So it always says it's adopted by, and then it tells you when you end. So I didn't see the sign. I mean, just all of a sudden, man, all this crap's flying out of the car, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's in my mind. Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. No, people litter. This is excessive. This is ridiculous. I'm cussing them out and all this. Go buy them. I'm like, man, what are these brothers doing, man? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was almost pissed. I didn't have crap to throw out the window, but yeah, it was adopted by the Klan.
It seems like you should let just anybody adopt a highway.
They do.
They should.
Like I said, it was the KKK. Well, to the KKK's credit, thank you for cleaning up the highway. If there's a little extra litter, it was the two brothers that obviously saw the sign. I didn't.
Yeah. What was your interesting experience with the trash? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Here's when your vacation sucks. A beach vacation in the Dominican Republic turned deadly when a massive blaze tore through a popular hotel.
Oh.
One guest passed, and the evacuation of nearly 1,700 other guests.
How big is this hotel?
Authorities say one tourist from Italy in her mid-40s passed away at the fire at the Wyndham Viva Dominicus Beach Resort.
All right.
3 people transported to a medical center. 6 others were treated at the scene. The injuries included guests, visitors, and emergency personnel. The resort was almost completely destroyed. Did you see this fire?
No.
It is unbelievable. Footage shared by local outlets showed thick smoke over the coastline as flames consumed the resort's thatched roofing.
Oh.
This is the same thing.
I was going to ask, is this thing made of wood? Well, there you go.
This is the same thing that happened to the resort that I stayed at in Holbox in Mexico. The entire thing burned down because...
the thatched roof.
Yeah,
right?
Basically. I mean, and it went up fast.
Well, yeah.
I mean, fast.
I mean, it's kindling. You made a roof out of kindling.
And when I got there, the whole entire town was flooded. So it was a weird time anyway. But either way. Thick smoke over the coastline. The fire spread incredibly quickly because of the wind, helped by the palm-based roof material and the windy conditions. It was eventually contained, and the cause is under investigation. Guests were relocated to nearby hotels, and a sister property helped take a lot of those people in. But either way, it was one of the largest fires that I think I've ever seen as far as a hotel or a resort.
Yeah, 1,700 guests, that's big.
Yeah. Our question, the vacation would have been great, then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Max. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, so my vacation was in Puerto Vallarta as well.
Okay.
So this was back in 91. I had a foreign exchange student from Denmark, so he was totally stoked to go to Mexico with me and my family. My parents had a restaurant at the time, and we got down to Puerto Vallarta. Our first night, we got a phone call from back home. An arsonist had attacked my parents' restaurant and burned the restaurant down, and we had to go home the very next day.
Oh, man.
Are you kidding? I mean,
I'm not kidding.
Does anyone know what the motivation was for the arsonist? Was it personal or
Yes.
It was?
Yes. So apparently, one of the waitresses, and this was never proved. The guy was never convicted or anything. But the rumor was
Neither was OJ. I got a news update. He murdered someone.
So the rumor was that this gal broke up with this guy, dumped him, broke his heart. So he was like, "Oh, I'm going to get back at you." So it threw a Molotov cocktail through the window at 3 a.m. or something.
Jesus. Did they rebuild the restaurant or relocate?
My folks actually sold the business. they were not very good at running a restaurant, and they were like, "Hey, this is a great opportunity to get out." So
Okay.
they sold the restaurant.
What kind of restaurant was it?
It was up in LaConner. It was the 1890s. It was a restaurant called the 1890s. It's called LaConner like Seafood and Prime Rib House now.
Okay.
So did they rebuild the building on the existing property?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was my folks had like rock bands there. They had like a Sleep at the Wheel was there. Dave Van Ronk played there. Bonnie Raitt.
Wow.
She didn't actually play there, but she came by and like hung out for a while.
All right.
That's cool. All right, so have you made it back to Puerto Vallarta since then?
Many times. I go to, not Puerto Vallarta, but I go to Mexico just about every year.
All right.
And any arsonists.
Are you close to Puerto Vallarta? So my question is, knowing what you know now about these saltwater crocodiles, keep in mind, you don't even have to be in the water. They will drag your ass off the beach. Would you get in the water at Puerto Vallarta now?
I probably would. I can't stay out of the water when I go to Mexico. But check this out. The place that we stay is a town called Las Palmas, or Malacca, actually. It's just south. It's about an hour south of Puerto Vallarta. And last winter, a gal got killed by a shark at this beach that we swim in every day when we're on vacation.
And you still have no problem going back in that water?
No.
See, man, for me personally,
it's like getting hit by lightning.
I mean, crocodiles bug me more than the sharks. Just because, look, here's the difference, and it's just this one thing, right? So you can say there's sharks in the water. I could still go to the beach. In fact, I might even step into my ankles, knowing the sharks out there. Because as my father says, if sharks can't walk, they're only a threat if you choose them to be, right? So the crocodile, the guy was not in the water. Like, now I'm just on the beach, and this thing's going to drag my ass out. No, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, right? You might as well go swimming.
I don't know if I'm going to say all that, but,
Well, I mean, if he's gonna drag me off the beach, you know what I mean?
Okay, I hear what you're saying in theory.
Yeah.
I still feel more confident starting on the beach. I'd rather them have to go through the process of dragging me, because then I got a fighting chance, because, like, land is my thing. Once we're in the water, like, I'm out.
Well, land is their thing, too.
I know, and that is a problem. That is a problem. But I feel better about sharks in the water, and I go, all right, man, well, I'm just not going to go in the water. With the crocodile, like, you don't have to be in the water. You just have to be at the beach.
You could take a nap.
I mean,
the other thing that they have going on in Mexico, man, it doesn't happen as much, but it happens on occasion, are wild bulls that show up on the beach there.
Oh, yeah, like on the Baja Peninsula.
Yeah, and it shows. So it seems like the natives are a little more like just kind of shoo them away kind of thing, right? Or yell at them, do all the kind of stuff you're supposed to do with a lot of animals. And they always show the tourist. They try to get up close and get a picture, or they want to touch it, and the bulls F them up.
In red swimming trunks.
And right, I mean, just everything they do is the worst thing to do. All right, let me ask you this. There's sharks swimming in the ocean. We know this. You can choose to get in the water, choose not to. There's crocodiles somewhere on the beach. They may or may not snatch you, or a random bull is going to walk onto the beach. Like, what of those three scenarios?
I'm taking being gored.
Really?
Yes.
Man.
Yeah. I think I'm taking
crocodiles as far as hedging my bets.
Have you ever tried to run
What do
in
you
the
think,
sandy
Mike?
beach?
I think I'd go shark.
You're going shark?
I think I'm going shark because they don't care about us at all that bad.
Right, it's not going to eat you. It's going to hit you and rip something off.
The gator would take a snap.
But keep in mind, the gator didn't eat that guy. It literally just dragged his ass 900 feet out into the ocean and let him go.
More people survive alligator attacks. As far as bleeding out, alligators have rounded teeth. They're not as sharp.
Sure.
So they don't hurt at all, Mike.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have puncture wound. But when a shark, even if it when it lets go, it is ripping your arm to shred. It's a different style tooth.
But it lets go. Where the crocodile,
but you'll bleed out.
I'm holding on to this son of a bitch.
A death spiral. Death roll.
Until he dies.
That's why I'm taking the bull. I'm on land.
Man,
I'm not being dragged in the water.
As far as
I know, but you got a big ass horn. You got 200,000 pounds of horn going through you.
Right.
As far as agitating and aggravating animals, I feel like shark is low on the list.
Well, it's just out hunting.
Right.
Yeah, the bull you can agitate, but I'd like to think I'm not going to do anything stupid enough.
Well, and forget just getting gored. I mean, it weighs a ton. It could just step on your lungs and crush them.
Yeah, that's it. He's got feet too.
I'm still taking that.
You're taking that? You're taking the bull?
Yes,
I'm going crocodile.
Yes. Look, man, a shark will bite an outboard motorboat.
Yes.
It will try to taste anything to see if it's food.
Correct.
It's going to try you.
It is.
So,
but it'll
it's going to hurt.
Yes.
It's going to hurt a lot. All of these things suck. The difference is
the bull could walk by.
The shark says, my bad. You might bleed out. You might not, but I apologize. You're not what I thought you were. Crocodile says, I don't care what you are. Other than this one guy dragged out there, I'm probably going to eat you. The bull says, for whatever reason, I've determined you're an a-hole, so I'm going to put a horn in your ass and then stomp on you.
The guy that got his arms ripped off. All right?
Who that?
And what?
That crocodile ripped both those guys. His arms are both.
The guy got dragged out?
Yeah, well, they
ripped Jesus.
Yeah, it ate his arms.
Maybe I go shark.
Well, I mean, he's dead. It doesn't matter.
I know, but still. Man.
Well, he might have ate him after he killed him.
Well,
he also may have ripped them off before he killed them.
But now it has a taste for humans.
Sure, but I think they have a taste for anything. At least sharks are a little more discerning. Yeah, they might attack you, but it's like, you are not what I wanted to eat. You're the equivalent of me eating broccoli. I thought it was meat.
Well,
I let it go.
If it eats me, I'm going to taste like mole.
Why would you taste like mole?
Because I'm in Puerto Vallarta.
That's a good point.
I just think it's arrogant that we're always like, oh, it's got a taste for human. Like, what, we just think we're that good tasting?
Well, now that it has a taste for it, like anything else.
No, I've had kidney beans before. I have never asked them again. That crocodile might be like, no, I've had human. It is not for me.
Well, then why are the arms gone?
Because you still got to try it. You still got to
try both of them.
It's a crocodile.
Oh, maybe the right tastes better than the left. Is that the idea?
Might.
I'm just saying, I don't think that an animal attacks a human and goes, oh, this is it. Now I got it. Now I got to hunt him exclusively.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like polar bears just hunt everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying with crocodiles. I'm like, well, it tastes for human blood. It doesn't taste for anything. If it is alive, a crocodile has a taste for it.
What if you had later in life that you thought was delicious, but you never had before? I don't know, anything. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Devil's on horseback.
Yeah, okay, there's something.
All right.
Once I taste them, I want more.
Yeah.
Now, if I see them on the menu,
I will order
them.
Absolutely.
Because I've tasted it, and I know it tastes delicious.
But in this case, the crocodile did not eat the guy, which tells me he had devils on horseback and said, man,
he ate both his arms.
Thanks for a bite, but it's not for me.
Maybe he just left it there. He's going to come back and get it the next day.
There's a bar I found down in Burien, right? The Tin Room. They have those. Now, I have been there twice within a month.
Did you get them both times?
I did, but I was already in Burien.
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't drive. I wouldn't migrate from North Seattle to Burien.
But it already lives there.
If you moved to Burien, you didn't get anything else. You didn't get the mini corn dogs. You know what I mean? You just got the devil's on horseback because you had it and you know it's delicious.
I would put macaroons on there, French macaroons.
Really?
I think they're overrated.
I do too, man.
You haven't had a good one.
Oh, I was in France. All right. So when we did that cruise to Malta, we're in France, and the kids stayed in Seattle. But my daughter wanted to try French macaroons. Okay, and every day that we talked to her, you can say, "Hey, baby, how are you doing?" Did not care. She is straight up like, "Did you get the French macaroons yet?" I'm not making this up. 7 days in a row. I had to explain. I said, listen, man, on our way back to the States, we are going through France, so I will buy them then. That way you get them within 24 hours, not a week later. She's like, cool. We get back to the States, kids give us a hug. First words out of her mouth, did you get the French macaroons? Jesus Christ, yes. We got you the French macaroons. We set down the box. She's very excited. She opens the box of French macaroons. Her and I both take a bite of the French macaroons, and we hated them. My son, who never asked for the French macaroons, took a bite of one and finished the box. So, yes.
But they traveled from France.
Dude, they're 24 hours old. It's like going from the grocery store to your freaking house, and then the next day you eat them. They're not terrible, but they're definitely overrated. And I'm just saying, I got them in France.
I was around 30. I went to Vegas.
All right.
And we stayed at the Venetian, right? A French chef, Thomas Keller, kind of famous.
Sounds French.
He has a restaurant called Bouchon. Mm-hmm. And one day my buddy goes, let's get something from the little bakery. And I had never had one. It blew my mind.
Really?
You haven't had anything till you've got them at Paris. You got to go to the different hotel.
Wait a minute. Was I at the... No.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the Venetian
if you're going to get
Italian,
authentic,
and then
you're going to get
Paris.
authentic.
But he's French, and his French restaurant is in...
I'm talking about Paris.
No,
Paris.
I'm just saying.
They have an Eiffel Tower. It's called Paris.
Yeah. Say, try them there.
Would you go
Either
for
way.
Italian food there?
At Paris?
I mean, if there's a famous Italian chef...
Yeah, sure. Just saying.
Vacation would have been great until blank happened. 206-803-ROD.
You got to eat him French. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, macaroons
I
are
was
delicious.
in effing France.
Yeah, but you flew them home.
I know. We got them from a baker.
Yeah.
Not even a grocery store. Like everything you should do to have a French macaroon. I took a bite. And I'm like, whatever, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll come by one day this summer. I know a spot to get some good ones.
All right.
Is it a place I'm thinking?
I'll try one.
Okay. Well, you got to be there. I'm trying to impress his daughter. I want her to have the real thing, fresh.
They were from France.
A day old from France.
Yes, a day old from
Even
France.
a day old baguette would be good.
Yes.
It'll be all hard.
She likes baguette bone. Hello, Wes. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I went to Cancun for my sister's wedding, and I walked her down the aisle, and we went, like, a couple days prior, we went on a catamaran, and I see this sombrero floating in between Cancun and Isla de Muerta, and I was like, I yelled at the captain. I said, "Hey, let me go." Like I swim like a lot. I was like, "Let me get that," and so I pop up, put the sombrero on my head, and then we do the wedding. Walk my sister down the aisle, and we're having dinner, and everyone's having a good time, and my ex-wife is like, "I think I got stung by a bee." And I was like, "You haven't told me for like the last 6 years that you have a bee allergy. What are you talking about?" She's like, "I need Benadryl and I need to go back to the room and you need to come with me." And I was like, "Dude, I'm trying to have a good time. I'm not trying to be a D, but you're kind of just wanting to ruin." And she would do this all the time. She would just ruin the mood all the time. And I'm like, this is the final point. So when we got back to America, I was like, yeah, we're done. Like, I'm out.
That was she miserable all the time at home too, or just on vacation you could count on it?
So I would come home after working 12 hours and I'd be like, "Hey, what are we doing for dinner?" And she'd be like, "I don't know. What are you making?" And I'd be like, "Well, you worked 8 hours. I worked 12. So
No, it's probably a good thing you get out of there.
doing?
I mean, if you're having arguments about stuff like that, it's not worth it.
If you can't have fun on vacation.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Like, look, vacation is one thing. If you guys ever dated someone who is a bad traveler, someone who just, for whatever reason, either they overpack, they stress out, they don't like going to the airport, they hate for me, I actually like the process. Even though there's delays, even though there's all kinds of crap that can go wrong in the airport, I still like getting there early, getting a couple beers. I mean, I am that old man now that gets to the airport early just to make sure I get in on time. But I don't mind traveling. To me, it's calming and relaxing. I don't get stressed
mind
out.
traveling solo because I have the way that I'm going to do things, which involves copious amounts of alcohol and me just generally not caring.
Right.
I know
Me
where I
too.
need to be. There's the gate. Get on the plane. We get there. My wife travels fine, but she used to be an overpacker. Right?
Yeah.
When we pre-child, right? I mean, I'm just like, babe, we're leaving town for 3 days. And there are 4 suitcases. And it's always the same thing. Every woman says the same thing. I don't know what I'm going to want to wear. And I'm like,
well, figure it out before you leave.
Well, I keep it simple. I'm like, I don't either, but I'm limited to the number of days that we're going to be there. These are the clothes I have. So much like opening the closet, these are my options. Then I put it on. And unless we have some, I don't know, fancy thing planned, and I'm sure one night we'll do
if
that.
you're going to a wedding, you got a suit or whatever.
Right. But I'm like, why are you worried about? We're going on vacation with people we don't know, and typically we're going somewhere warm. So you're not going to need a wool sweater. You're probably not going to want high heels. Dude, just dress up. And now she's very much on that tip. But before we had kids, it would get to the point like, look, I will not carry this suitcase. If you want to pack all that crap, you carry it. And guess what happened? I carried it anyway. So the beautiful thing that happened is you could pitch a bitch, but I'm still dragging the suitcase. But the good thing is once we had kids, and anyone that has anyone like under 3 years old, and you have to get on a plane, it is stunning how much crap you have to pack for these itty bitty life forms, man. Hey. So when it got to the point, like, look, we can either travel with 8 suitcases, or you and I can figure out a way to fit both of our crap into one carry-on, which now we do, and we can bring all this extra stuff, right? So now the kids are older; they can carry their own luggage, but she's still packs minimally. I'm like, I would rather buy you something when we're there and figure it out.
Exactly.
Than bring
Dude, when
all
we were
this
going to
crap.
Victoria, I told you, we got pulled over in customs. And this was it for me. I drew the line. I was done. So they pull us over in 2 different areas. And the guy says, are all these items in your bag? Did you pack them? Are they yours? And I said, yes. He opens it up, and there's like one of her bags from the bathroom. It's got all her prescription drugs in them.
But you packed it, sir. We just asked you.
Yeah. And I've also got a pair of boots that I didn't know I had on top of this bag. And I'm just like, if you ever put anything if you can't fit it in your suitcase, which is the big one, then you can't bring it.
That's fair.
You can't keep. Is there any room in your bag? That is the wrong question.
Yeah.
Now you're going to set me the F off because the guy's like, these pills don't have your name on them. What are these? And I'm like, I don't know. Ask her, man. She's the walking pharmacy.
Right.
Not me. Like, I don't have Xanax to travel and all this crap.
Yeah, to
like
travel.
All these pain medications. Like, it's just not how I roll. I got a bottle of Advil for crying out loud, man. And some eye drops in case I find some weed. Vacation would have been great. And then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK. Rock.
Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, I've been a fan of you forever. The Navy brought me up here in 2005. I started listening to the men's room, so I've pretty much been here your whole Seattle journey.
Well, thank you, man. Where'd you move up from?
I moved from Kings Bay, Washington, via submarine.
Okay, and they don't. So you haven't been put to a different base. You've been here the entire time.
I've been here since 2005, and that's when I found you guys. And when I got restationed down to San Diego, I just kept listening when I could, or snippets here and there. And then the Odyssey app really helped when it came about too. So
okay, awesome.
How was San Diego, man?
Paradise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the number one deployment? Is that it?
Hawaii. A lot of people like San Diego a lot, but a lot of people really like Pearl Harbor a lot as well.
Because they're in Hawaii.
What's the worst?
Does anyone want to go to Norfolk?
No.
No, they don't. Even if they think they do, they don't.
What is the worst?
I would say, just my personal opinion, Guam, just because it's so isolated. The whole island's only 28 miles north to south or something like that. So it's cool to visit, but you run out of stuff to do pretty quick.
Would you rather be there than Bangor?
I've been to Bangor, and I would rather be a Bangor.
Huh.
Really?
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Guam is so cut off.
I know, man, but just it's also in the South Pacific. I'm just
It
saying,
is.
Bangor, Maine. Okay, I don't know much about Bangor, Maine. All right, I know they have good food. Well, Norfolk, Virginia also has good food. That's where my mom's side of the family lives. Most of them, they weren't in the Navy, but they worked at the Navy Yard. And no, that's not a place you want to go. I feel like that's the place they send you if you pissed off your CO.
But they say Virginia Beach is one of the nicest beaches on the
I
East
was going to
Coast.
say, I think, though, when you're there, you can go do other stuff.
You can.
I think that's what he's saying about Guam. Like, it's 25 miles total. Like, after like a while, you're going to be like, oh, sweet.
Seen it all.
Right, God forbid.
Yeah,
like, there can't even be a
there
strip
are only enough strip clubs. You know.
Yeah.
Once you've made the circuit, you're just kind of, all right, I'm over it.
Yeah, you
and then
again.
and then you learn to scuba dive and spearfish, and that's about the peak of your Guam experience.
All right. So what was your interesting story with the trash?
When I was going through school, my early days of my naval career, I was going through Naval Nuclear Propulsion School. So I was at a prototype station out of upstate New York. So my friends and I all got together. We wanted to go to a concert, Molson Snow Jam rock concert. So we all decided we were going to meet in the parking lot. We were going to tailgate out there around my truck. And I had a crappy Ford F-150 with a long bed on it. So everybody just threw their trash and their empty beer bottles, beer cans, and everything just into the bed of my truck. And I said, I'll just shovel it all out when I get back to the house. No big deal. So I'm leaving the show, and I'm driving home, and my truck starts making this really funny noise. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck that is. So I turn the radio down. It's still making this weird screeching noise. So I rolled the windows down, and that's when I turned on the bed light, and I realized that one of my buddies had been sleeping on the broken bottles and trash in the back of my truck. So I'm driving down the highway at 60 miles an hour, and this guy is, like, sleeping on the trash in the bed of my truck. So I pull over, I get him out, and I'm like, what the F are you doing, bro? And he's just like, dude, I am drunk as hell, and your truck was the only one I can find because it's like this weird teal truck, and I knew where it was. So I put him in the back. He's all covered in scrapes, and he smells like old rotten whiskey and beer. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, I did not have a good time at that show. I ended up getting kicked out of that show because I fought somebody who stole something from me.
What did he steal from you?
My Zippo lighter, American flag Zippo.
Yeah, that, break a man's cigarette or steal a Zippo, you're gonna.
How did that happen? He can't reach in your pocket and grab it.
No, it was on the picnic table in front of me.
Oh, okay.
There's a wilder story attached to that, but it doesn't fit your theme of the day. But.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the Zippo lighter.
Okay. Hey, Javelina,
I think back in the day, back when you could smoke in bars, like the Zippo, for whatever reason, that was the thing. You'd ask someone for a light, and they pull out your standard Bic or your Cricket. You're like, cool, thank you. Anytime they broke out a Zippo, one thing about a Zippo, at least indoors, if you ask for a light from someone and they have a Bic or a Cricket, they hand you the lighter. When they had a Zippo, they lit it for you. Mm-hmm. It was like the standard rule, man.
We didn't smoke cigarettes if we had Zippos because we just thought they were cool.
Right, just pop them open. Do
you brush them against your jeans.
I just hated the smell of them.
Yeah, I didn't love the smell, but
they just made the cigarette taste bad.
I don't.
Not that the cigarette tastes great.
I had to save up for one.
But
I have to have a Zippo. It's so important to me in my early 20s. Like, dude, guess what? I went to the store today and got a Zippo. And they were like, let me see. It looks like every other Zippo. But
and just, I don't know. Like, any lighter's fine. But, Miles, it just looks so cool. You see somebody light a cigarette and just clasp it. Like, it just looks cooler with a Zippo.
Yeah, but now you're just standing outside on a corner and no one's looking at you.
But I feel like the guy that broke out the Zippo, you're like, they are committed to smoking for life. They have seen what the Surgeon General has to say. They don't care. And I don't care right now. But if the doctor tells me, I kind of go like, all right, man, maybe I'll make some different decisions.
Dude, I have a little, almost like electric Zippo. I don't think Zippo makes them.
Is that like that?
But it closes like that?
Windproof kind of thing?
Correct.
Yeah.
That thing is, you can light it in any weather.
Did you buy that for Burning Man?
I did.
Yeah, I figured.
There's no other telling that. I was just like, I don't want to be out there and not be able to light a joint.
It's one of the most annoying things in the world.
A javelina attacked a woman and her dog when she took the trash out in Arizona, according to wildlife officials. The animal was spotted in Tucson, and the Arizona Department of Game and Fish said that the javelina first charged the woman and her dog. Then it bit her pet. The wildlife agency spokesperson said she was attacked while taking her dog to the vet for. She was advised to take her dog to a vet for a rabies booster. She had bruises from the attack, according to officials. They say, do these things attack people often? In Tucson, people with dogs are attacked by javelinas every 3 to 6 months because the animal may think the dog is a coyote. So the best thing to do if you encounter one, well, I've never even heard of this animal or the correct pronunciation until today.
Javelina,
the best thing to encounter is to turn around and walk the other way. If they begin to charge, you should pick up smaller dogs, make noise by throwing objects, or wave your arms. They say fight back or kick the animal if it begins attacking.
All right.
But avoid getting between a javelina and a dog, which is how most bites happen.
But if it's your dog, you instinctively
that's what you're going to do.
Right.
Yeah. They also say keep garbage in an enclosed area until pickup day and pick up any fallen fruit, especially or spilled bird seed and leftover pet food that you leave outside because they're usually present in residential areas and those things will attract them. They say they resemble pigs found in Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, Mexico, and South America. Have your parents ever seen one of these?
No, man. And if they did, they probably just thought it was a wild pig. So I'm reading about them now,
They can weigh as much as 60 pounds.
Yeah, so they are, they're what's called skunk pigs.
Skunk pig.
All right, so they say it is not a true pig, nor is it a true rodent. It is simply a medium-sized hoofed mammal belonging to the peccary family. So it says, look, while they look like wild pigs, sometimes they're mistaken for rodents. Scientifically, they are distinct. Let's see, do they attack people? Not often, but they said generally not aggressive toward humans, usually prefer to flee when startled. However, they can become highly dangerous and may charge a bite if they feel cornered, which I think is pretty true of any animal.
Yeah. We used to, without question. We used to do these employee Save the World Days, like every year.
Oh, yeah.
So, but typically what we will do is we will go and either do landscaping in a park or try to clean it up and rake stuff and throw down mulch and all these different projects, whatever they need done at in every individual park. One year, they put us in, there's a park on Queen Anne. It's kind of on the 15 side. All right. So more Inner Bay-ish.
Yeah.
All right. So it's on a hillside and it's more, I don't know, South Queen Anne, so to speak, I guess. But so we had to go. Did you guys go and clean up that park that day? Did you guys
that one I didn't. I did the one in South Lake.
Okay. So I did that one. And there were a bunch of homeless encampments.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the thing about the cleanup was that obviously you do not want to disturb one of the encampment, one of their homes, so to speak. But the perimeter and everything else, you need to clean up.
Rid of needles.
It was okay. So the needles were insane. We had a metal box. We were putting all the needles in. We filled that thing up 3 times. That was the metal box. It was a pretty good sized box.
Yeah.
Right. We filled that up 3 times. The drink of choice was.
Let me guess.
Oh man, it was
Genesee.
No, I'm going to say Busch Light.
It was Busch Light Tall Boys.
All right.
Busch Light Tall Boys.
Yeah.
Littered the entire hillside. I mean, that was the longest clean. Like, typically, we can go and knock one of these things out in a couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
This was like a 5-hour morning of cleaning up and obviously the people that were living there, they were actually very grateful that we were doing that.
Well,
so
sure.
Like, they would come up and say, like, hey, man, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. Making the place look a lot better. I'm thinking to myself, like, aren't you partially responsible for this? I mean, could you have helped out a little bit? I mean,
look, when I lived on Capitol Hill, there was a couple encampments close to my house. Like, that was the main issue, was the amount of trash.
That's the big thing, man.
Yeah.
Because we had it when, before they put up the light rail, kind of tree line road that bordered 5th. So it was a lot of the RVs and stuff that were down there. And to be honest with you, for the most part, nobody cared. Kept to themselves, they're pretty decent, but it's just all the trash. Like, man, I know you have a trash can somewhere in your RV. Why do you leave it on the side of the road? Because that's the only beef they got from anyone. Not that you're there, they go, fine. You're not. Like I said, somebody porch pirated my kids' stuff that led to a confrontation, we shall say, and they left the next day. But even though they left, there was trash everywhere. It's like, that's the only thing we're asking you to do, man. Mm-hmm. Well, that and not steal crap off of people's porches, but just throw your trash away.
Here's a positive trash story as far
positive
as
trash.
Positive trash as far as picking stuff up. They say Japan supporters didn't just watch their team rally for a late draw in Texas. This is a few weeks back. They stuck around to clean up the mess. After a 2-2 result against the Netherlands in Arlington on Sunday, Japanese fans pulled out the oversized blue plastic bags that they've been waving during the match, and they brought in and used them to collect trash in the stands, continuing a World Cup habit that's drawn global notice since 2018.
9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Fraz Chevrolet traveled to Tunisia with his wife and their 3 children. They got a 4-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a 6-year-old. The travel-loving dad said the family explored rural Tunisia, staying in caves that were dug in a rock and traveling deeper into the Sahara with local guides.
Okay.
Before setting up camp in a remote stretch of the Sahara Desert. Faraz said the spot had been recommended by locals and was about 45 minutes away from the nearest town. But when they spotted the scorpions, they were forced to pack up camp.
Here I am.
We showed them to the kids and tried to stay relaxed, but we ended up having to whack a couple with our shoes. We counted around 29 scorpions crawling on the tent alone. There were also huge spiders and dung beetles, but the scorpions were venomous, especially dangerous for the kids. We didn't make it through one night in the Sahara staying there that night. But the kids were so excited by the experience. You see, as darkness fell and the family settled down for dinner, Faraz noticed movement in the sand around the tent. He said when we got there, it was just this empty patch of desert with dunes everywhere. No sign of anything. It was peaceful. It was beautiful. Kids are running around the dunes making sand angels. We collected firewood together, started cooking dinner on the fire. There were no major signs of scorpions, spiders, anything at first. I spent a lot of time in the deserts before. I've come across scorpions, but it's not normal to see that many in one place.
That's creepy.
Now, they think because it had been around 26 or 27 degrees Celsius during the day, the scorpions had hidden from the heat and all come out at night. Even the guide said, this is not even close to being normal. Fraz said the family stayed calm to avoid frightening the children, but quickly realized the situation was becoming quite dangerous. So they decided to abandon the campsite, drove back through the night to another place that they stayed earlier in the trip. In the meantime, taking 4 scorpions with them that they did not realize were actually packed up in their bags and in the tent.
Okay, now going to Tunisia. That's all I needed to hear, man.
Our question, the vacation would have been great, then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
I don't know that I was going anyhow, but you're right. It's off the list.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really on my list. I would not have objected to going, but after hearing that story, like, yeah, no. I like I say, yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere in Tunisia. Where's the hot spot?
Also, there are sidewinders.
You mean snakes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're venomous.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. I assume if you're in the desert, I just assume you're venomous.
And if they named a missile after you, I assume you're venomous?
Yeah, you don't typically name
a Gardner.
Artillery. Yeah, there's the Gardner missile.
The Black Snake.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Hello, Harrison. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor
and whores.
How you doing?
What was that?
So how you fellas doing?
We're doing good, man. How are you?
Great, man.
Okay. So what happened on your vacation?
So the chicken cowboy and I were driving from Whidbey Island over to Kentucky, and we got to Missouri. It was about 1 in the morning, and our back right tire on our vehicle sheared off. All the lug studs sheared off our vehicle. We flying through the middle of the interstate.
How long did that hold you guys up?
For a solid day.
Okay. What was the trailer holding?
We had 100 chickens, 6 guardian geese, 6 sheep, and quite a few ducks.
So did they all make it?
Oh, nothing got hurt.
All right. Okay, well, there's a bonus.
All right, when you have that many animals and you're driving that far, like, what is the feeding schedule like? Like, how do you deal with that?
When you stop to take a leak, you stop and feed the animals, water them. You know, it snowed from Mount Vernon to Kentucky the whole drive for the entire trip. So the water was freezing. It was out of hand.
God, that sucks.
And how long was this trip?
From Oak Harbor, Washington to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Paris, Kentucky. It took us a couple days, but I mean, we drove straight. We didn't stop besides crashing.
I can't believe you made it in just 2 days. That seems like with a trailer full of animals, that would take a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we didn't stop. I mean, we just stopped to urinate, and that was about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
By the way, a sidewinder in the desert can travel at 18 miles an hour, and they are venomous.
And that is faster than you're going to run in the sand.
Correct.
It's probably faster than you're going to run on regular land. But
exactly.
Damn.
Vacation would have been great, then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Nick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
So I was 15 years old. My family and I went on a vacation down to Puerto Vallarta to one of those, all-inclusive resorts. And my brother-in-law, who's about 10 years older than I am, traveled out the night before, and he hit the bars early in the morning while we were still flying down. And so we arrive, we're checking out the place. He's like, come check out the pools. My brother-in-law and I, we go our own way, and we find one of those, lazy rivers. And in the middle of it, they had a water slide. And so we go up the slide, we're having fun for a little bit, and then we saw these kids go down, and they were going down face first. Oh, sorry. Sirens going by me. So they go down face first, and then my brother-in-law looks at me and goes, "Let's do it." And we start going, and the person up at the top, she looks at us, she says, "No, no, no." And we're like, "Well, those kids did it." And she points to the sign, and it says, no going down head first. He's like, "Oh, it's okay, they did it." And she goes, "Whatever." So he goes down face first, totally crashes into the bottom of the pool and splits his head open.
Oh.
And so my brother and I are panicking. We get down, there's blood everywhere. And I should add that my brother-in-law was on Coumadin at the time, a blood thinner.
Oh.
So he is bleeding out, a ton, and head wounds bleed a lot. So.
And he's drunk, so the booze makes you bleed more.
So he's drunk, so it's not adding to his case. So, the lady was not happy with us for not following the rules. So my brother goes to try and find the rest of the family. I'm with my brother-in-law, and we're trying to go get some help. And we go up to the front desk, and I go, "Well, you've got 2 options. You can go to the hospital, it'll cost whatever, or we've got a doctor on staff. You can see if he can help." So my brother-in-law, being cheap, he goes, well, how much is that going to cost? And I'm like, $75. He goes, "Deal, let's do that."
So we go find this little converted hotel room. It's basically, a single room that they put a bed at the back, and they get my brother-in-law on the table, and all of a sudden the doctor looks at me and he goes, "Well, are you going to help?" And I was like, I'm 15. I don't know what I'm doing. He goes, neither do I. And he takes this book open and he starts flipping through the pages to go figure out how to suture this guy up. And so I quickly got over my skis and I was like, I'm not feeling good. And, there's blood everywhere. And I end up passing out. And so we're quite the sight. And I come to, and my family's there at this point, and my brother-in-law is sutured up. So the guy actually did the job.
Damn.
But he had to break out.
The kicker was as the vacation went on, he was fine. We still had a good time, but every time he had a beer, he'd get like a little dribble of blood that would just kind of come from the sutures up the bottom.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
wow.
It was a good one. The vacation turned around after that, but it was certainly an interesting first 12 hours at the resort.
Man, I like that. For $75, you can have a guy that knows exactly as much as you do perform a medical procedure.
Well, so Steve and I were talking. Are you watching any of the World Cup?
I have been, yeah.
Okay. Last night, a guy took a knee to the head.
Oh, yeah.
And he started bleeding pretty bad out of the front of his head.
Mildly, yeah.
I'm 100% positive they sutured him up on the pitch. I know. I was watching the guy's elbow, and he was doing this, and I'm like, he just got stitched up on. They didn't even take him off the field.
He had to change his shirt. And
he had to change his shirt, right? But if there's blood on your jersey, you got to come out.
Right.
So I don't think it was sutures. I think it was just like, you ever watch boxing? So his cut was kind of by his eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put that quick clot in there. I mean, it's not good for you.
It's not.
But you basically just plug it up with that stuff.
Okay.
And it'll stop it.
Super glues it together?
They just want you to stop bleeding, right? Like, you will get medical attention after the fact. But like you said, with boxing, this particular soccer game, at that point in the game, right, and you're one of the top players, like, look, man, we're stuffing your face full of this crap. We'll deal with it later.
Yeah,
but you're getting your ass back out there. But, credit to that guy, because they showed him walking off. I'm like, all right, man.
Right, well, that's what happened in the last Diaz fight. Like, he's, when you have those big lumps early in your career, that's why you don't want your cut man to cut you. Remember Cut Me, Mick?
Yeah.
That was such a big deal.
That's a movie.
But
Yeah.
Diaz has been cut so many times, any square hit on those
Just breaks all the
just breaks
scar
it
tissue
wide open. Right, so you could keep pressing it and putting that quick clot in there. I got to be careful.
Quick clot, yeah.
Right. But like for him, it just won't stop. But for that guy, he's a soccer player. That's probably the first time he's had that injury.
Oh, yeah. And it's toward the end of the game.
I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they sutured him up on the field, but I was watching it too. I just don't know if they had enough time.
Yeah, I don't. Plus, I think he'd have been screaming his face off.
Yeah, it just says he was covered in blood, sat down on the pitch, and they patched him up.
All right.
So whatever that means.
I mean, doing stitches, I had a buddy, he's in Vegas, and my buddy's one of those guys, right? He says something, you'd believe him.
All right.
But he's hammered. They're all hammered. Somebody trips and falls in like the giant hotel room, busts his head open. So my buddy kind of drunkenly is like, all right, go to Rite Aid, get, string, get these size needles. He says it so authoritatively. He kind of forgets, if I remember the story correctly. An hour later, these guys show up with all the stuff from Rite Aid, and he's like, "Oh no, I can't do that. I've never put stitches in somebody's head."
Wow. Vacation would have been great. Then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Kevin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Alrighty, so after I graduated college, a few buddies and I went to Thailand.
For the beaches.
For the beaches.
The beaches.
Yes, for the beaches. And unbeknownst to me, probably they knew what it was. I didn't do my research very well, but we went to a lovely adult experience called the Ping Pong Show. And I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it is.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Not great. Did not enjoy it, and it completely just ruined everything post that, and it was just eye-opening.
Well, wait, I believe it's eye-opening. How did it ruin? I mean, look, it might not be for you, but I would still say, man, I saw the damnedest thing. I went to a ping pong show at an adult club. You understand exactly
we're
what
at somebody's house. We're in the rec room. I got a ping pong table. You're not playing with me?
It's flashbacks. Every time I see a ping pong ball now, I get flashbacks to what I experienced while I was there.
What made it so bad? I try not to be. I mean, do they do like target practice? Is there distance? Can they shoot it into a cup, or are they just shooting ping pong?
yes to all the above. I think the one that's the most wild that we saw is the shooting into the audience, and the audience members getting just absolutely pelted by ping pong balls on their face, and it's not great.
It really bugs you that much.
But you voluntarily went to this. It's not like they forced you in there and made you go.
They described it as something completely different when we were going to be in.
Well, yes, it is. It is. Yes, it is completely different.
You don't see that at the kids' talent show. I mean, that's that is a very specialized thing.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what's going to go down.
Look, man, years ago, we were still in Baltimore, and the station had a thing they call Guys Night Out, right? And basically, it's just an excuse. We had to get together with the listeners. We hop on like a party bus kind of thing. And we go to dude things. And one of them was a strip club called Night Shift. And I had gone outside to smoke, and I know we're dealing with some like radio business outside because I want to say our promotions director's out there. So we're talking in the parking lot, and the door opens, and like 7 of the guys that we'd brought come storming outside, and they are pissed off, and they're yelling at us because we represent the radio station. And I'm like, man, I don't know what happened. What, somebody getting in a fight, anything like that? He's like, no, man. And as this guy's confronting me now, a couple more guys are now walking out, and everyone just looks disgusted. Turns out one of the strippers was pregnant or just given birth. Don't know which one, but she was still lactating. So she did not announce to anyone what she was going to do. But the guys that are sitting up front, the guys that want to be close, the guys that heckle and do all that, she just squirted the piss out of her breast milk, man. And so these guys
not out.
They were livid, man. And you could, and once they said, because I thought maybe somebody had thrown a drink on them, because you could see the wetness on their shirts, and I'm like, that's breast milk, man? And they're like, yeah, man, that bitch she didn't say anything. She just aimed her boob at us, and it's like, bam. And by the time you could react, like, she did it again. And so all the guys that were up front got sprayed. Just like,
isn't that the place by your sister?
No.
Is Night Shift over there?
It's in Brooklyn, right?
It should be close-ish.
I'm sure it is.
That would be the area for it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
it's
we
hard
had to
to
go
find that club
and like
it's
talk to the man.
The bridge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's right near the bridge.
But I remember we had to talk to the manager. And the manager was real nice, and it's like, hey, man, I was outside. I don't know which chick it was, but the guys were very upset because they got sprayed with breast milk. She's like, oh, I saw that. I thought they were fine. I'm like, they're not. They are.
I'd be kind of pissed.
They are pissed, man. I don't know if it bugged me. At a strip club,
right?
I don't think it bugged me as much. Because it's, I'm not saying I want that to happen, but I'm just saying if I'm at the bar and some woman gets mad at me and sprays me with breast milk, like, okay, that's a step too far. The strip club, like, maybe give a heads up, because I guarantee you there's guys that would love that. I'm just not one of them.
Either am I, and just like, I just don't want liquids from your body on me.
That's fair. That's fair when you put it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were mad.
Vacation would have been great, then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
Right? I mean, God.
Dude, I'm like, what is everyone so mad about? I'm like, oh. And then you can't laugh at them because they're like livid mad. I'm like, I'm sorry, you said she squirted her breast milk on. And then more guys are coming out. Do you know what happened? I'm like,
and it just
right. And then it's like, you got to do something. Like, okay.
There's just nothing to me sexy about it. You're right.
There's nothing sexy.
There's a market for it.
Sure.
But I'm just like, ugh.
Just give them a heads up. I think that's all, man.
Yeah, or say, does anybody want to squirt?
Right.
No.
Because it's coming.
Who wants a milkshake?
Yeah. If that one guy could be like, or two guys would be like, we do.
Yeah. And everyone be cool with that.
Pervert.
Yeah. Okay. Good time. Hello, Christina. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola.
I'll be in.
Hey, so, let's start off spring training in Arizona. We went this year to go see the Mariners, and we decided let's go stay at this really nice golf resort in Scottsdale. Took the grandkids it'll be their first trip on a plane and out of the state. So we had our whole family, my mom, 77-year-old mother, my husband, my brother, sister. Anyways, big family trip. Go to spring training, and we're expecting, nice mid-70s weather. Well, it was the couple weeks of just complete heat, 105 degrees. So first night we went to the Dodger game. It was nice. We dropped off our family, and me and my husband went to that game. Next day, my mom got a little tipsy at the pool, so broke her wrist.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had to. So we spent the 3 hours at urgent care.
Cool.
And then the next day, my adult son got a little tipsy, heat stroke, another urgent care.
Oh, my God.
And then while we were there, we decided to rent a car from Turo, which we've never rented, but we heard good things. And my husband decides, let's get this really cool brand new Toyota Sequoia. I mean, we're talking like probably $90,000 for this vehicle, but it fit all of us, right? If it's like 8 people, plus their golf clubs and everything. So we had that for about 3 days and parking in the really nice golf resort parking lot. The next morning we woke up, it's gone.
Oh, wait, someone stole the car?
Someone stole the car. And we're talking, locked up. Like, we had to file a police report, everything. Like, who steals a car nowadays, right? Especially a brand new car like that.
Well, it's also tough because Toro's cool because you're just renting from that person. It's like Airbnb, like...
It's like an Airbnb, but you don't have any lines to wait at the airport. It's just,
you got to feel worse if it's stolen. Like, look, if I go to Enterprise Rent-A-Car and say somebody stole the car, I'm upset, but deep down, I don't care. But if I rented the car from you, like, hey, man, I'm really sorry, your car is gone.
Well, not only that, but your golf clubs are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, I was smart enough to say we should bring our golf clubs in.
All right. Well, thank God that happened, man. That's thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
What is the response? What was the response from the person you rented it from?
So with Turo, it was all new to us. So the first thing was we filed a police report. So now we got the cops coming. And then we contacted Turo, and the guy was just kind of like, that's all he said, which we thought was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then so we contacted our insurance because I was kind of like, I don't even know if this was going to be covered, right? I mean, this was just a weird, it's not like, renting from budget or something.
Right.
Luckily, our insurance covered it, but come to find out once we got home and filed the whole claim and everything, they called us 2 weeks later and said, we're dropping it because the owner never responded.
I wonder if he came and got the car and filed a false stolen vehicle report.
Yeah, so that's what we were thinking.
Yeah,
it was like an inside job, and because those cars have like detectors as far as like how far you can. They knew how far that car went. He said, it looks like it's gone 300 miles, which means probably Mexico. But
also you said his response is just, I can't imagine dropping $90,000 on a vehicle, loaning it to somebody, gets stolen, and my response is,
Yeah, and lesson learned here. Leave the kids, adult kids, whatever, at home when you go to Scottsdale. Go with your husband. Go with your buddies.
Agreed.
Why is that? Too much trouble to have?
Just sounds like people are breaking wrists. They're doing this.
The mom was. Like this is an old woman. Vacation would have been great. Then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, so coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. According to a new study, having children makes you smarter.
No, it doesn't.
That's kind of what I thought, too.
It doesn't.
You don't really hear about parents just feeling more refreshed and intelligent after having kids.
It has taught me patience.
Sure.
It has taught me that you don't need as much sleep as you thought you did.
Mm-hmm.
It has taught me that money is a fleeting thing, but smarter, no. Because if I were smart, I would not be losing my money and losing sleep.
Ah, very good. Yes.
I was just saying, my kids are smarter than I am, so there's no way to make me
leaps and
smart.
bounds, dude, yeah.
Seriously.
Just suck all the smart right out of you.
Now they took all the smart from me. You know what I mean?
of course.
Now I'm dumb.
I know smart to suck.
Yes. A new study found that the pain of losing hurts more than the thrill of winning feels good.
I think it depends what level you get to.
Okay.
Right? So, just watching football last season with my son. He's a Ravens fan as well. You win some, you lose some. It is what it is. It doesn't ruin your day. They had the chance to go to the postseason. They're playing Pittsburgh, right? It's all on the line. They missed the field goal. He was freaking crushed. And I explained to him, I said, look, man, the farther you go, I said, no team in the NFL will feel worse than whoever loses the Super Bowl. Patriots fans know that, right? But I do think they feel worse than Hawks fans felt good.
You know, I went to Super Bowl 49. I was there to see the horrible interception down there in Arizona.
God.
And I will say, we've won the Super Bowl twice.
Yeah.
Neither of them felt as good as that interception hurt.
No, you're right. I mean,
that
look, when you win it all, it feels good. You get to gloat. I mean, it does. But, man, when you lose, like, you'll remember losing every day for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to have to run the damn ball. And look, you won Super Bowl season. That's going to be a thing.
I think it's just the pain.
It is.
Right?
It really is.
Like my buddy DB, right? Like, he was on that DeMatha squad when I was a junior. They were third in the country. They won the title and everything else. His senior year, when I was helping him, we were number one preseason. We lost that ranking, and we lost in the playoffs. And he still is pissed more about that than he is happy about winning all that stuff as a junior.
I mean, honestly, and let's go back to football. I'm like, look, Patriots fans are more hurt this offseason than Browns fans.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because the Browns suck all the time.
You also remember your bad plays more so than your good plays.
Always.
Your good plays are in your mind are a given. They should happen that way.
Right.
You practice
They
that.
win according to
The
plan.
one fumble stepped out of bounds.
That's
right?
what you should do. You should be reading this coverage. You should be doing that. But when you make a mistake that hurts the team, that's when you really don't forget that.
Who was it that did the butt fumble?
That was Mark Sanchez.
Right.
Oh, I mean,
Wow.
That is the defining moment of his career.
I think he's had a sad incident. It's going to be a little more defining.
more recently.
enough.
But he'll always be remembered for the butt fumble.
Right.
It was.
And now what a great college quarterback he was.
Or the fact he
Right,
took
it's
the
butt fumble.
Jets to the playoffs.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Butt fumble.
Butt fumble.
So did Tim Tebow.
Yep, doesn't matter.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah,
He did.
He beat the
Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
When he was with the Jets?
No, Denver.
Oh, Denver. Yeah.
Denver.
If you're one of those that religiously moisturizes before going out for the day, a new study has found that the hydration effects of moisturizer may fade by lunchtime.
All right.
Still better than not using it.
That's kind of where I'm at, because that means that, yes, the moisturizing effects have faded by lunchtime.
I'm not asking.
You might need to re-up.
Right.
That's all.
I haven't used it, therefore I'm even worse so than you.
Especially if you live in a dry climate.
Oh, no kidding. Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. Thrill, you got first crack as you are a 3-time winner of this particular one, but I do give you a 30% chance of success.
Ooh, that's not good.
It is a noun brought to you by the letter U, okay?
I already suck.
And refers to the taste sensation that is produced by several amino acids. Oh, my God, he got it. 4 in a row.
30%.
Only reason I got that is because it's one of your senses of taste.
Okay. I didn't know that.
There's bitter, there's sweet, there's salty, there's something else, and then umami, I want to say, is the latest one that they added.
Gotcha.
And apparently your cats are all about the umami, but they can't taste sweet.
Do you ever make a steak with umami?
No.
Oh, dude, it's good. Ooh. It is good. So literally, that's the only reason I got
seriously,
that.
just marinate it for like half hour.
Okay.
It makes your steak steak. It sounds stupid,
all the
but
difference in the world.
Umami is essentially like the savory taste. So if you like meat, umami,
Which I do.
essentially,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, I dig it.
I thought it was something you said, when your wife was about like, ooh, mommy.
Yeah, I like that belly.
Ozempic class drugs were found to slash the risk of heart attack by 14%.
Y'all think?
Well,
Yeah.
the only
people
bad thing-
losing weight.
The only bad thing we've heard about it is, you're going to have some digestive issues.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, right. And I mean, you lose weight, your numbers look good. Obviously, that would help lower your risk of a cardiac event, I would think.
I would take that sponsorship if they offered it to me. Hell yeah, I'll take a jab. Talk about it on the radio.
What, Ozempic?
Yes.
Is it a jab or a pill?
They have, I think there's pills now, but generally it's injection.
There's a pill version of
You just give yourself a little poke with a pin.
I do.
You can also get it out and measure it out in a vial.
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't think I need all that. I just need a little jab.
Coward.
Little bitch.
I need a face, man.
I mean, it does look aggressive, but I have a lot of friends that not just GPL1s are into peptides.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they just get used to it and just like, boop, away they go.
That is weird.
Research suggests a scan of your baby's eyeballs will tell you how their brain will turn out.
Like what?
I don't know.
That baby's eyeballs aren't even open.
I mean, unless there's some severe difference. Like, you don't know.
Right. Don't need to scan your baby's daggone eyeballs.
Right. I mean, a lot of kids are like, he's stupid. His grades are bad. I'm like, he's not stupid. He's lazy. Other people, I'm like, they just study hard. They're stupid, but they have good grades.
Correct. Yeah. They're great at taking notes.
Exactly. And remembering. Still dumb as a box of rocks, but they have a good memory.
Real good at taking notes.
They don't remember anything. They don't know anything. They just remember the answer to the question that you asked.
I'm laughing because one of the buddies I had in town, right? I was in high school with his brother, but he's the youngest. So he had gotten this book that had been passed down.
All right.
And this famous teacher, Buck Offit, he answers it because Brendan had wrote it in the margin. And Buck looks at him and goes, "That is the dumbest answer I've heard.
Oh.
That sounds as dumb as your brother would have said."
Oh, damn.
And he had to be like, "Yeah, I just clearly didn't do the assignment, just read the note off the side of the page."
Yes, he name dropped his brother. Last time I heard something that stupid, it was a relative of yours.
We thought you'd be the smarter one. And Buck did not talk like that.
New research suggests that pomegranates could change the way we treat IBS.
Pomegranates?
Pomegranates.
All
But I
right.
feel like I hear that pomegranates are one of those superfoods, or at least they're
I've heard that.
heavy in whatever antioxidant or whatever it is that you need to do, but they're superfoods that we can all incorporate into our diet.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So this comes to us from the smartest of smart places, Harvard. And these are the 10 superfoods to boost a healthy diet.
Superfood!
Superfoods. Very bottom of the list of the superfoods that we can all use to boost our healthy diet. Tomatoes.
Really?
They're high in vitamin C and lycopene, which has been shown to reduce the risk of prostate cancer.
All right, good. All right,
Are you guys any tomato haters in here? I know that much like you don't like, you're like chemically designed to not like vegetables, Steve.
I'm designed correctly, in other words.
There are folks that really don't like tomatoes in the same way.
I don't hate them. And a lot of times they show up on sandwiches and stuff. And to be honest with you, as far as that goes, it just depends how thick it's sliced.
Okay. Do you take
just
them off?
slice it thin, and it's...
Do you take them off your burgers as well?
Not always. Here's my thing. If there's tomato, there's lettuce.
Fair.
Lettuce has got to go. Most of the time, tomato sticks to the lettuce. And I don't love tomatoes so much that I'm going to pull it back off.
I eat them every day.
I don't like tomatoes that much, but I do like bruschetta.
Ooh, okay.
And that's funny. You eat them just straight raw.
Right.
Because they're on bruschetta, right?
And then, for some reason, sometimes, like if it's like a little cherry tomato with a piece of mozzarella, then I can fight through it.
I will do that too.
The balsamic glaze.
But like I'm not just going to sit there and eat cherry tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what my old man used to do. He'd just sit down with a jar of them and just pop them on the
I do too.
TV.
I mean, I wish I did.
I put them on my salad every night, then I pop them in my mouth.
My grandfather used to eat them like apples.
Oh, just take the big
He
bite
would just
out
take
of
a bite, little salt.
About to say
take a
salt.
bite. Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Legumes. This broad category includes kidney, black, red, and garbanzo beans, as well as soybeans and peas. Miles, don't you dare.
Oh,
Legumes,
I eat them.
they're an excellent source of fiber, folate, and plant-based protein. You know, that was the big question, whenever you get a vegetarian or a vegan. Well, how do you get your protein? Beans. Lots and lots and lots of beans.
That's why I blew up your bathroom.
That's why my stomach gets all messed up when I eat hummus for lunch. Like today. I'm just
Hummus
like,
is
oh,
delicious.
God, man.
Yeah.
But it
works quickly.
It turns into a war zone in your gut, though.
Yeah. I put down some red beans and rice last weekend, and it didn't smell bad. It was just a lot of sound.
Oh, yeah.
It was. Cruciferous vegetables. Steve, what are cruciferous vegetables?
Like the first thing that came to mind is something like celery, but that doesn't make sense
like
because it
beets?
has nothing in it. I don't know.
It includes broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, collard greens, kale, mustard greens, radishes, and turnips.
All right.
Excellent source of fiber, vitamins, and phytochemicals, including indoles, all those, which may...
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Taryn Daly, Steve Mix coming up from the Daily Mix Morning Show. We'll sit and spin. Today we wait for summer with the 10 best rock songs about summer.
All right.
Coming up at 4:30, right after emails on our question, the vacation would have been great. Then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
Mike, do we have Summertime Girls from YT? Because Miles, at the top of the show, we brought up, and I said, man, just off the top of my head, I can't think of rock summer songs, not specifically that. And you're like, Summertime Girls, Y&T, because you're a Y&T lover. I'm just, see if this refreshes anyone's memory to actually hear Summertime Girls from Y&T.
Hang on one second. I did a thing. Hang on one second.
When's the last time you think we played Y&T on the station? Not during our show.
Probably 5 years, maybe.
Really?
I would guess.
Wow, since 80s.
You're saying this is not going to appear on the top 10 best summer songs?
I know. You're on best list.
They don't.
Wow.
They really don't.
Wait for the hate mail to come in.
You're here.
Well, I know, but I'm not the one bashing on him right now. I'm just listening to
You're the only person I know that brings them up.
Yeah.
So if you don't send me an email.
I'm just telling you, they'll give me hell. But they have before. A family outing in the Bahamas turned harrowing on Tuesday when a 12-year-old American boy was attacked by a shark, according to police. The incident happened at 3:30 in the afternoon off of Staniel Cay, a busy destination for snorkeling and diving. Boy was on a tour. He was swimming with his brother when the attack occurred. Authorities did not detail the boy's injuries or identify the shark species, but say he was taken by boat to New Providence, where he was treated and is now in stable condition. So the kid is okay.
Yeah.
They say, though the Bahamas has one of the world's higher tallies of unprovoked shark attacks, overall numbers remain very low. The International Shark Attack File counts just 30 confirmed cases there over 4 centuries.
Okay.
Still, several recent attacks have involved American visitors, including a 10-year-old boy injured in January 2024, Boston woman who was killed while paddleboarding in December of 2023.
Why does it matter? Do you care about the species of shark?
Do I care about them?
I mean, it can be a great white, tiger shark, bull shark, hammerhead. Like it doesn't matter.
It does.
Does it?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's just those little sharks down in New Smyrna Beach.
Right.
So that's why people don't die, but they get bit.
I know, but still, I mean, does it, like, look, if someone is in the ocean and they scream, shark, are you going to say, what kind? Like, just get out of the water. It doesn't matter.
I guess.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to say, what kind of shark was it? Just like, I'm going to get out of the water. It's cool.
Yeah. But I mean, those little sharks are out there all the time.
They are. Look, I get it. But I don't feel like someone's going to scream shark if it's one of the little sharks. I feel like if they're screaming shark and they're in the water, just get the hell out of the water. That's the first time I went to the Bahamas. I was 14. I'm on the beach. I'm not in the water. And there's a lot of people in the water, but somebody screamed shark. And it was like Jaws, man. I mean, I don't know if there's a shark out there or not because I never physically saw it. But people, they don't look around. No one asked what kind it was. No. There's this mass exodus out of the water running onto the beach. And it was kind of crazy, mildly funny, because no one got hurt or anything. But I just remember there's this one dude. He's kind of in the middle of the pack of people rushing back to the beach. And there's a big, hairy dude, but he had been trying so hard to get out of the water that his trunks were down. Okay? And it kind of didn't matter in the moment. Everyone understood, just a mad scramble to get out of the water. So he gets to the beach. Remember, he pulls the trunks up. I always remember, they were solid red, but he pulls them up, and he's huffing and puffing, and he's looking around. And now the people on the beach, they're kind of chuckling a little bit. Then this one woman finally gets out of the water. It was his wife. She was livid with him, man.
Yeah, but
he got out first.
You effing left me in the water, and so they kind of walked away together because obviously this was going to be a heated thing. But I just hear him saying like, "It was a shark. What do you want me to do?"
Yep. One of my first.
I mean, you're right. I think in New Smyrna Beach, they're so used to all those little sharks. Nobody yells shark.
Sure, but yeah, they did there. But I agree with that guy when he's got all I heard him say to her. The only words I heard out of his mouth, "It was a shark. What did you want me to do?" I don't want to be like, I know I'm 14, but he ain't wrong.
Not too far away from that, Ted. When I was,
we should die together, honey.
This is one of my first real memories of because it was one of the first vacations I'd ever been on. My grandfather lived down in Daytona Beach, which is not too far away from New Smyrna, and 6, 7 years old. I think I brought this up yesterday. One of the things I used to do is jump on the bed. My grandfather would take the pillow, and he would knock the legs out from under me, and I'd fly.
You're a kid.
As much as I can do it, this was just awesome to me. Because first of all, my parents would never allow me to jump on the bed.
No.
Granddad, he didn't care. It's in a hotel. He smacks me one time, and I go flying off the bed, and it was basically carpet on top of concrete.
Yeah.
Essentially in this room, because it was like a one-story hotel motel thing.
Sure.
So my teeth go through my lip and come out the other side near my chin. All right, so my teeth are like, I just drove them straight through my lip, right? I still have a scar to this day where that thing went through there. All right, so I have to go. Get stitched up. So now I've got stitches on the inside of my mouth and on the outside of my chin.
Right.
All right. So technically, I am not really allowed to get into the water or to do any of that stuff.
Does that include pool and ocean?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So this is day number 1. All right.
Yay.
This is day number 1. Also, very difficult to eat when you have stitches on the inside and on the outside. So that sucked too. I do remember I got some ice cream a lot. But I was probably in the hospital in Daytona Beach for, we'll say, a few hours. It seemed like an eternity, but it was probably just a few hours. The next day, all right, the other thing that my grandfather liked to do is he liked to swing me around. He'd grab me by my wrists and arms and swing me around like a helicopter.
Sure.
So we're out on the beach. And he starts swinging me around. You know, I can't get in the water. I'm building sandcastles, whatever. I love this. This is fun. I feel my one shoulder pop out. Pop. Now, it hurt so bad, and I wasn't exactly sure what happened, that I couldn't even really scream. I was just like, And then the other one popped out, all right? Now I'm in excruciating pain.
And he's still swinging.
My grandfather does not know what's going on. Both of my shoulders have been dislocated, all right? And I can't get him to stop because I'm like, and I think he saw the terror and look at my face. And then when he put me down, he realized like both my shoulders were just slumped out, and he could see where the balls of my arms were. Get back in the car, and I go back to that hospital, the same one I was in the day before getting stitched up. It's the same doctor.
Of course.
It's the same doctor from the day before. And he's looking at my grandfather. My grandfather told the story better later about just looking at him like, is this guy abusing the kid?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Kind of thing. But man, all right, so my lip's already stinging. It's already hurting. And now they're going to pop each shoulder back into socket, which I can do on my own now.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, I could not do it. Like I didn't, I never had that pain before.
Yeah, you're 6 or 7 years old.
He popped the first one in. And I was like, no, don't do the other one. I'll just leave it alone. I don't care. Like, leave it out. He popped the other one out, man. And now, like, both my shoulders are just in excruciating pain. I've got stitches on the inside of my mouth.
You got to be balling, right?
This is day 2 of the first beach vacation I've ever taken in my life. That's how the whole thing started. I don't remember much of the rest of it.
You don't need to.
But, God, that sucked. Vacation that would have been great, then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
I got sun poisoning once on Cape Cod. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah, sun poisoning's bad. Never had sun poisoning, but I had my first sunburn in Florida. Had no idea what it was. The next day, my wife's like, you have a sunburn. I'm like, this sucks.
Sun poisoning was so bad that I had like blisters on my head because I kind of always buzzed my head.
Yeah.
I mean, in retrospect, one of the adults should have been like, put on some more lotion.
Put on a hat or put on lotion, man.
Right. But like, it was so bad. I got all these blisters and then it was like peeling. So then everybody kept calling me Frankenstein.
Was that the worst part of it?
Probably.
Quit calling me Frankenstein.
Yeah, like, right? And you know how it is when you're a kid, like all my cousins are on Cape Cod. Like, we all went up there together.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't want to have to stay inside all day.
No.
Because and then they start calling you Frankenstein.
Vacation would have been great, then blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Hello. Welcome to the men's room.
Afternoon, boys. How you doing?
Hola.
So my little over a year wife for Christmas bought me a shark swimming experience. Basically, just the tail end of what you guys were just talking about. In Maui at the Kihei Aquarium.
Okay, so you're in an enclosed area with the shark, right?
Correct, with a lot of sharks.
Okay.
So you have to go to a class. They tell you everything. They feed the sharks prior to you going in. So they tell you that they usually aren't hungry. And the guy, he does the air quotes, and he says they're usually not still hungry after that.
Usually.
Usually. Yeah. So it's myself, a guy from Calgary, and 2 gentlemen from Brazil. And the guy from Calgary, he's talking about how, I dive everywhere. I'm pro this, pro that. And I have my PADI license. So we get suited up, get fitted for gear, and he's got all his own gear. So I'm the first one suited up and ready to go. And that aquarium has those tubes that people walk in, so the aquarium kind of surrounds you.
Yeah.
And so you climb down this ladder, and the guide says just kneel down on the tube. My wife and 2 other people are there because the aquarium's closed, so they do this after the aquarium's closed. I would assume in case you get bit that you don't frighten children. So I'm sitting there, and the thing I left out is they had a tiger shark in there. And so I've got my GoPro on the wand, and I'm sitting there, and it's a big round aquarium, and they just kind of swim in circles and whatnot. And I'm just keeping an eye on the tiger shark. That thing swam. I could have touched it with my arm, and it didn't want anything to do with me. But I sat there. As it swam past me, it stared me down, and I almost pooped my pants. But it was a ton of fun. But the only thing I kept thinking was, because my wife is down below me looking at me, smiling. She's pointing at the shark. Well, she has this uncanny knack to watch How to Murder Your Husband shows.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, that was the first thing Brent said, is like, she watches a lot of those shows. And she has a life insurance policy on you, but this is 8 years later, and we're going back to Hawaii in November. So.
Because she's poisoning you.
I know bull sharks have a really bad reputation. Tiger sharks, though, are huge.
Yes.
I mean, you don't realize how big they are until 17, 18 feet. That's average. So with a great white shark, I realize they're dangerous. But all of those deaths that happen in Hawaii, everyone that gets attacked, it's always a tiger shark.
Yeah, it's always tiger sharks.
Yeah. When you see the size of their mouth and you see the size and the length of these sharks, they're not as girthy as a great white, but man, they are absolutely huge. They are huge.
The great white just gets all the hype.
Because Jaws.
Yeah.
If they put any shark in there, that'd have been the shark we freak out about. But in the end, there's plenty of them.
I saw a 17-foot hammerhead in Cabo, swimming in right near the city dock.
And I don't think people realize how dangerous hammerheads are because they look so stupid. And even though they look incredibly stupid, you almost feel bad for them.
There's never been a documented shark attack with a hammerhead.
Right.
Really?
But they're super dangerous. Because they even said like a hammerhead going up against a great white. It'd be a much better fight than you would think it, because you just assume the hammerhead's going to lose because, you look dumb. You look at the bottom of a
This thing was jet black, man. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Oh, man, it was like, wow, that is badass. But it was so long. Mm-hmm. And I just to think that it's not going to hurt you, but that still doesn't make you go like, I feel safe swimming here.
No, I like that he pointed out that his wife's smiling and pointed at the shark.
That guy, I was about to say.
I know.
Yeah, before he hung up, I was about to I wouldn't go hiking with that wife.
Look, here's what I learned about the wife murdering the husband shows. There's 2 ways these things go down domestically. If the husband's mad, he comes home and he shoots his wife dead, and it's done. And he can come up with his lies and all this kind of stuff, but they open the door to the shot their wife. It's beginning and end. When the wife kills the husband, this takes place over a period of months.
With something in the coffee.
Slowly poisoning you. Yeah. So the thing is look, at any given moment, your wife might be trying to kill you. You just don't know. And I say that all the time. I'm like, you guys have been married a long time. I'm like, bro, I could be dead tomorrow. If she's poisoning my food, this has been going on for months. I don't know. If I'm going to kill her, this is going to happen.
Vacation would have been great until blank happened. 206-803-ROCK.
How many times did they start it and just back away from it?
Well, that's what I find terrifying, is because that means they are enjoying the process.
Right.
Knowing that they're killing you over a period of 6 months.
I'm just thinking, it's going to be over a period of 6 months. Well, after 3, it's like, nah, he's not that bad. Let me just stop.
Yeah,
and then 2 months later, and then all of a sudden we get back into it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They start maybe it's so that they can say, maybe I'll change my mind. But the point is, if your wife's trying to kill you, it's already started. Just know that. If they made you your favorite meal and it's not your birthday or anniversary, don't eat it. If I went home and my wife said, man, I made you lasagna just because I love you, I'd be like, you eat it first. I'm not doing this, man.
It's like steak and lobster if you're overseas in the military.
What does that mean?
Well, it's not good. If they're feeding you steak and lobster, you're probably going into battle.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Something you don't know.
Not an MRE here, steak and lobster.
Right, not General Chow line. Boys, we got steak and lobster. I'm pretty sure that's you don't, you're happy, but you don't want to eat that.
Right, that's a tell.
Right, the next day it's we're back in the Persian Gulf or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So right before a sixth grade camp, instead of going to sixth grade camp, my aunt and uncle took us to Palm Springs, California.
All right. Is that fun as a kid?
I had gotten grounded shortly before this vacation, so they decided for this vacation they would unground me for the period that we're out there. I spent the first day of vacation in the pool all day in 90-degree sun and only put sunscreen on once.
Mm-hmm.
And for the remainder of my vacation, I spent it face down on a couch with golf ball-sized water blisters on my shoulders and lower back.
Oh, yeah.
So I screwed myself out of my vacation, and I was still grounded when I got home.
Oh, I'd have been like you had enough. Why did you get grounded in the first place?
I can't remember. I'm 31 now. This was a long time ago.
All right.
You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful down there.
Nobody thinks about it. By the way, we're just talking about wives killing their husbands. YouTube, they say the deadliest female serial killer lived on Bainbridge Island. She would invite people to her property and slowly poison them. This is what I'm saying, man. This is what I'm saying.
Tara Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We're going to sit and spin. We've got the 10 best rock songs about summer. And we've got your emails coming up next from the men's room at KISW.com.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Godzilla has filed an official complaint with the Screen Actors Guild, accusing them of typecasting. But first, let's talk team-building exercises.
Let's not, and say that we did.
No, Felix, as a part of An Action News' community outreach, we've been asked to occasionally perform a public service. That's why we picked up trash in the park last week.
That was not fun.
It's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a public service. That's also why we volunteered at the homeless shelter last month.
I did not volunteer for the homeless shelter. I was told I had to be there, man. I had to cancel my date with One-Eyed Tammy.
One-Eyed Tammy?
You know her.
I do not. I'm sorry that you had to cancel a date with Tammy.
One-eyed Tammy. Tammy is someone else entirely, man.
Of course. My apologies. In the meantime, Felix, our community outreach has extended to today's program where we will be discussing team building exercises.
Hooray.
Okay, negative Nancy. We have 3 team building exercises to share with our viewers. The first is the simple game called 2 Truths and a Lie.
I love that game. It's where each person shares 3 facts about themselves. 2 of the statements are true, and 1 is a lie. Then the team votes on which statement they think is false.
Very good, Bonnie. That is exactly how the game is played. Being that you're a fan of it, why don't you get us started? Give us 3 statements about yourself, and Felix and I will guess which one is a lie.
Okay, ready?
Sure, Bonnie. Go ahead.
Okay. I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket. I once got a piggyback ride from a hairless Yeti, and I was the maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
Okay, Bonnie, the game is 2 truths and 1 lie. I think you got it backwards.
No, I didn't. That's why I said I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket, got a piggyback ride on a hairless Yeti, and was maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
I see. Well, I have to admit, I'm stumped.
My sister was never married.
Moving on. The second part of the 3-part team building exercise is very simple, and Felix, it's your turn.
Wonderful.
Felix, this couldn't be easier. Use 3 words to describe yourself.
Lazy.
Okay, I see what you did there, smart man. For our viewers who might be interested in team building, the third and final example we'll give you today is the tried and true trust fall.
And it's your turn to give a team building exercise a try.
Do the trust fall?
Yeah, man.
But I don't trust you, Felix.
Your words cut deep, Stone.
No, they don't.
I'll do it.
The trust fall, Bonnie?
Yeah, I love team building exercises. Let me do it.
Okay then. I guess Bonnie will display a trust fall. You know how it works. We count to 3. You let yourself collapse, trusting that we will catch you.
Yay! This is so much fun.
I'm glad you're excited, Bonnie.
I am.
See, Felix, these little exercises can be fun.
If you say so, Playboy.
Both of us will catch you, Bonnie. Right?
Yes, Stone. I'm not going to let the woman hit the floor. She's not you.
I don't know if that's a joke or not. In the meantime, Bonnie, are you ready for the trust fall?
Yeah!
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Woohoo!
Bonnie, you're supposed to fall backwards.
Oh.
Bonnie, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I don't know how this went so wrong. This was supposed to be an example of simple team building exercises. Judas Priest, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We will be back next hour.
KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Steve Mix, Tara Daly from the Daily Mix Morning Show joining us. We'll sit and spin coming up with the 10 best rock songs about summer. But first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a couple from our question. The vacation would have been great, then blank happened. What do we got here? Let's see. Hola, guys. My story is as follows. Honeymoon in Cabo was going great. Beautiful, all-inclusive resort. Swim-up bar, plenty of sun, lots of walking. Few days in, one knee started to hurt. The next day, it was covered in blisters. Called a doctor friend back in the States who started throwing around words like lupus. So we visited a doctor in Mexico, which felt more like a pharmacist. But when things didn't improve, we cut the trip short and just flew home. Back in the U.S., I had a biopsy on my knee. Turns out, while I was sunbathing, I was squeezing fresh limes into my beer and wiping my fingers on my leg. The citrus juice reacted with the sun and gave me second-degree chemical burns.
Damn.
A condition called phototoxic dermatitis. And a sore knee was from walking. Lesson learned, sunshine plus citrus equals ouch. Turns out the Tecate wasn't the dangerous part. The garnish actually almost took me out.
Jesus.
Not from candy.
Makes sense, but I would have never thought about that.
Correct. I would not think lime juice on my knee is going to get me in trouble.
No, no.
Back in 2011, my mom and I were on our way to Minnesota for a family reunion. We got as far as the motel in Liberal, Kansas, when I had a seizure, and my mom went into cardiac arrest.
Oh, God.
Oh. Yeah. Guys, just got back from Puerto Vallarta. There are signs posted along the boardwalk everywhere saying, beware of crocodiles.
I believe that, man.
They should have those.
They kind of had to put them up now.
The only problem is the way crocodiles attack, even if you know there's crocodiles, you're probably not going to see them.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it's like saying beware of tigers if you walk in the jungle. Like, right, they're hiding and they're waiting to pounce.
Yeah. You've been down there, Miles. Most of the resorts have pools and stuff, too, right?
The one I swam in most of the time when I was back at the hotel. Trying to. It just rained the entire time.
Right. But yeah, they got
so the days that were sunny, we went to the beach because that's like we'd been at the hotel property for that many days. It was like it wasn't the pool was appealing. It was just like we just been stuck there so long. It was like it's time to get out and do something.
I got to check to see if Mazatlan has crocodiles, man, because my kid, he loves to swim, but we always stay with the place with the pool. That is his one demand, right? And it's fine. But we're across the street from the beach. So last time we were there, it's not like that. Let's go down to the beach, just throw the football around and all that. I'm like, cool. If I had known there might be crocodiles, I'd been like, no, we're not doing that, man.
Gentleman traveling with my boyfriend to his home country of Brazil. All was going great. Sightseeing, the food, the drink. We were even celebrating our second-year anniversary while there. A few days into the vacation, I unfortunately had to go to the hospital for a chronic issue. My boyfriend took me there, and we figured out the Brazilian hospital system together. We get back from the hospital only to learn that his grandmother had passed away.
Oh.
She was the one person I was most looking forward to meeting. He spoke very highly of her. Rock on, bitches. That from Alicia.
That kind of sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Time for a couple birthday emails brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
See what we got here. Says, Ola Bacholos, today is my son Graham's 13th birthday. The kid has been through it all. I've been in the Army for 15 years, moved this kid all over the place. And the one constant is his optimism. And, of course, you guys. We've been listening together since I was stationed at JBLM back in 2015. So thank you for keeping us all going. Can he please get green beans, a little kid fish sandwich, all the farts you got, maybe a bonus one if it's live from Thrill.
I wish I could, man.
And maybe some of Coach Ted talking him through how to deal with all the bullies. Thanks, gentlemen, and rock on and love you, bitches. Cheers. That from Jamie, listening from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Green bean. What? Green bean. Okay. Green bean.
Fish sandwich.
All right, Graham. First of all, happy birthday. Second of all, sorry, dude. I don't know why. Everybody always bullies the new kid in school. So if you keep moving around, I can see why that happened. But also, generally, people bullying you, they're just unhappy about something in their life or something's got them sad or whatever. So I'd say just look at the next guy and go, what are you mad about? Or if not, If he pushes you, just punch him in the face.
In the nose specifically, it works. It works.
Bop him on the nose.
I don't want to do it.
Check
Doug
with
Curry.
Dad.
Fourth grade. I'm talking about this one kid, Doug Curry. He's always in the gym locker room, right? That's when he'd always talk smacks. Our lockers are next to each other. And this went on for a couple of months. My father finally said, man, you need to punch him in the nose. The size difference between me and Doug Curry was tremendous. And I'm like, Dad, I don't know that that's a good idea. He said, listen, I don't care who it is. You punch him in the nose, he'll just stop bullying him. Like, I don't know. So it went on for about another week. By the way, I love my father with all this tough advice. Ended this conversation with, don't tell your mother I said that. Anyway, fast forward, Doug Curry said what he had to say, punched him in the nose, never mess with me again.
Yeah.
It just didn't work because his eyes teared up, which at that age, everyone said he was crying. He was not crying, but your eyes are going to water when you get hit in the nose. But as far as everyone else's perception, I made him cry. Everybody left me alone, including Doug.
Yeah, I had one that used to mess with me. Same thing. Finally stood up to him. Now, did he get the best of me? Yeah.
Did he mess with you again?
Never.
That's it.
Guys, on this special day, I sent out a message to a special lady. I stayed stuck working at a corner store way too long, but just long enough to meet her. Years later, I'm blessed to share this thing we call life. So I'm happy I got to work with you and that I picked you up at the corner store and that you said yes. Because today, I get to shout out to the world's happy birthday to the best wife ever. Thanks for allowing me to drive you crazy every day for the rest of your life. Here's to many more crazy adventures out and about or just staying in. So, Monica, happy birthday to the best wife I could ever ask for. Love you more than you know, and I still don't plan on changing that anytime soon. For the birthday greeting, how about something from Mickey and Goofy? That would be great, as she loves Disney.
Well, gosh, of course she loves Disney. So what I want you to do is take a long look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, why does she like Disney? Well, we know, because she likes two-legged animals that look like dogs, perhaps a cow, and mice, which means you look kind of effed up.
First of all, I think it's really kind of you to take pity on that poor guy working at the corner store. But it sounds like he's moved up in life. Maybe it's about time to get you down to one of the parks. Have some fun. Huh?
And finally, for the birthdays.
For the record, my buddy worked at a liquor store by Georgetown University.
All right.
There was a girl that used to come in all the time. He was always kind of flirting with her. Finally asked her out. She says yes. They got married. They're still married. They got 3 kids.
Damn.
Yeah.
Liquor stores and corner stores, boys.
Yeah, get after
it. I guess it works. All of which always want to give a birthday shout out to my favorite person, known as myself. I'm a great father, an excellent softball coach. Shout out to the ISL League. An all-around great guy to know. Until the kid goes to bed, so I can enjoy a top-shelf whiskey, can I get Coach Ted with tips for getting back into the dating scene at 49 after 15 years out of the game? Miles with a few dad jokes and an Alan Thick, that was fun. Hope all the rockaholics out there celebrate themselves just as much, because we all deserve it. Thanks, guys. That from Jason.
All right. Been out of the game for 15 years. So this decision, I would say a lot hinges on it. Or whatever app you want to use. Get on the apps, start swiping, meet some people. Also, just talk to women in general, right? Confidence builds confidence.
It does.
Right? You don't have to hit on them all. Just get back out there and talk to them.
Just go to the corner store or liquor store.
Yeah, get a job at the corner store or the liquor store. That's where the best women are.
I dated a girl for a year that I talked to coming home from a grocery store.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's fun.
Was it?
It was fun.
Okay, good.
So did she work there or you just bumped into her there?
No. She said, do you think I'm okay to park here? And I said, I think you are.
Am I okay to park there?
And then we kept talking, and then she was like, I think you might know one of my friends. And I said, okay, I think you're attractive. I wouldn't park there. You're going to get a ticket. I was just trying to be nice to you. But it worked.
Okay.
What?
Music is the...
That's fun.
That is great.
Music is the theme today on Dad Jokes. Okay?
What is it?
It's all music.
Music jokes.
Music jokes.
All right. Take note.
Here's some dad music jokes. What do Eric Clapton and coffee have in common?
Oh, no.
What do Eric Clapton and coffee have in common?
I don't know.
They both suck without cream.
Oh, all right.
What do Trey Anastasio and tartar sauce have in common, Ted?
They both go good with fish?
They both suck without fish.
I think there's a theme.
Did you hear Sting was kidnapped?
Did they call the police?
They have no lead.
Okay.
Why did Bob Seger take up chess?
Why did he take up chess?
Yeah. He's working on his night moves. And finally, why did the farmer start a punk rock band? Why did the farmer start a punk rock band?
I don't know.
Was tired of Hall & Oates.
Okay.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you. BG.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm, Schweinefleisch.
Milan, how do they say that? Milanese cuisine?
I don't know.
I got it.
So we're eating locally in the area.
Correct.
This is not the food that they serve at the cafeterias for the athletes.
I mean, the food at the cafeteria is exactly what you think it is. A lot of high carb stuff, and then there's like a personal Chipotle in there.
Well,
because I looked that up too, but I was like, that's not that exciting.
Okay. Well, we know that they're drinking only 10 ounces of Corona Light.
Because when you think winter sports, you think Corona.
Yeah, that's weird. That's the only beer there. I know if you go up to the skiing part, they have like different countries have their little village. So the one guy I follow, he's over there, and he's like, this is much better. You go to like the Germany tent, there's like German beer.
Okay.
You go to like the Italian tent.
So
there's Italian beer.
The Italian tent.
I don't know what. Oh, hey, you go to nobody Italian tent. Get yourself a Peroni.
Why do you have an Italian tent when you're in Italy?
That is a good point. The entire freaking country.
Wow, this is just like Italy.
Well, you recreated
Why
that.
don't you just look around?
I mean, look, that's what I was saying yesterday about drinking around Epcot. Like, I have nothing against our country or like Budweiser, but like, I don't know.
But
It's
what
like,
are you getting anywhere?
Yeah, it's like I'm in the United States.
What about your Joe Blow concessions? You know, like the hot dogs of the world, the pretzels of the world, just the ballpark food. Do they have that?
I mean, I think at the hockey arena they still have hot dogs or some type of sausage, right? I feel like a tube-shaped meat is always going to be at a sporting event, but I don't know what Italians really like. Like I know if you go to like England or you're going to go watch like a soccer match, it's big on like the pies, right? Like the meat pies and everything.
But no, like piece of pizza or anything?
I'm sure they're. I'm
going to look this up.
Chef didn't look that part up.
Well, that's not what you're talking about today. I'm talking about the food in the region.
And by the way, it is Milanese.
Milanese.
Milanese, yes.
Milanese.
Okay. All right.
Sounds like a cookie. I would try Milanese.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to say it like 10 times here at 4:30, so watch me screw it up.
If there's Milani's Pizza, I'd probably order from there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Head Chef coming up at 4:30 with Olympic foods in the area where the Winter Olympics are being held. And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We'll spin that category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. So far, our biggest dummy, that would be Dave now. Took Dave 9 questions to get one right.
Yeah.
He overtook Eastwood there as the biggest dummy. And when we play Big Dummy, we like to do a little men's room poll. Now, the last time, we asked you, upon completion, you would need to scream one of these terms every time you had sex, or you took care of yourself
exactly.
individually. So your choices were the 1-800-CARS-FOR-KIDS jingle. Or is that 877?
877. 187. Yeah, 877 cars.
Okay, 877.
But I think it's K's, right?
It is K's because the kids are stupid and can't spell.
Another choice, Hail
Kids need
Satan.
more than cars then.
Yeah. Hail Satan was an option.
Yeah.
If you want to say it demonic, that was up to you. Your mom and dad's name was also an option, depending on which sex is and what you want to call it out there. And finally, Leroy Jenkins.
Could you have sex with a woman who had your mother's name?
It depends. Well, I know.
I don't know. It would just bug me, man. Why don't you ever say my name during sex? Well, because you have my mom's name.
Well, one of the most beautiful women I've seen in the last 10, 15 years, her name is Mary.
Really?
That's my mom's name. If she ever offered it to me, I'd be like, hell yeah. She's got a boyfriend, but still.
I definitely had I hooked up with a girl that had my sister's name, but I just kind of shortened it.
Just for that reason.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Mel?
Yeah.
You called her Mel?
Yeah.
Called her a dude's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
you're just being honest. You're being honest.
Yeah, but I don't know. Man, I don't know.
Mom's different, dude.
Mom's different.
Sister, I could shorten Natalie to Nat.
Correct.
So I know.
But my mom's name is Maureen. I just don't meet a ton of Maureen's my age.
You don't.
No.
You kind of lucked out. My mom's Carolyn. Not a ton of them. I'd have to call it Carol, Lynn. I couldn't do it, man.
But it's not two names. It's not Carol Lynn. It's one name.
It's just Carolyn, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Still.
So women that go by Lynn are actually Carolyn?
No. I think women that go by Lynn are just Lynn.
But
she's about to blow my mind.
I was saying, you look like, oh man, I never knew that.
Look out. So you're screaming upon completion, and if you follow us on X at Men's Room Live, here's how last week's voting went down. In fourth place, with 0 votes, 0% of the votes, which I don't believe has ever happened before. I think, Ted, you're the one who brought that up.
Not on Twitter. We did have one on the phone.
One caller, right?
Our biggest dummy.
Yeah, Dave. Your mom or your dad's name? Your mom or your dad's name, 0% of the vote.
Actually, Mad Greek here on YouTube, he says that he has been with someone who had his mom's name. I did not say her name once.
I told the closest,
say her name. Yeah, anything other than that.
Closest I got was I dated a girl that had same name as my buddy Bernie's mom. And he would just be like, I do not say that woman's name to me when you're talking about her. And he's like, it just throws me off.
What was the name?
Molly.
All right. Let me tell you what I did to Molly.
Yeah.
Well, my dog's name is Molly, so I'd love to hear you say it because it'd be hilarious. Me and Molly got down last night. I'd be like, okay.
That's a tough name nowadays, too.
Because of the drug?
Yeah. So, like,
I got down with Molly.
Like, I'm still friends with her, and I'll be like, Molly's coming over, and people are like, listen. No, she's a physical person, you drug addict.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got different friends than I do, because that never would have popped in my head.
What about
I know the drug?
That have, like, dudes' names, right? Because you'll meet a Sam, you'll meet a Tony.
I used to know a Sam.
I knew a really hot Tony, and one of my best friends' names is Tony, and I worked
with Tony with an I.
Yeah, but it's not like she writes it when she says it. It still just said Tony.
And a lot of Sams are Samanthas. They're just shortening.
Yeah, I know that, but they go by Sam. We got to Sam down the hall.
Yeah.
Sometimes
with a fantastic last name that I can't even share on the air.
Sometimes I just go, hey, for tonight I'm gonna call you Miles.
Why not? That would be tough.
I mean, what if her name's like
that
Jeff?
Would be tough.
Jeff?
That just happens to be her name, right? We have a Gabe that works over on the Wolf. Right, when you hear the name Gabe, you picture a dude,
Gabe,
but she's Gabe.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Gabe and Kelly can kind of go either way.
Yeah, they can.
Right.
But Jeff.
Just straight Jeff. My parents named me Jeff.
Well, I mean, if that was like her nickname, I'd have to, after a while, I'd be like, honey, I got to call you by your real name.
Well, I know a chick named Billy.
Yeah, I knew a Billy.
Never met a chick named Bobby, but they're out there.
There is.
Bobby's
Bobby with
exist.
an I.
Yeah.
No,
Bye-bye.
totally.
Bye-bye.
We got the name. We're just going to change the vowel at the end depending on the sex.
But you still got to say it. I don't feel like, oh, Tony with an I.
Coming in at third
God
place.
damn,
I love you, Jeff.
7% of the vote went for the Cars for Kids jingle, which we had a listener try over the weekend.
Yeah, he tried 3 out of 4
And
of
he
these.
said that was the hardest one to get through without laughing.
Yeah.
Second on the list with 17% of the vote, that would be Hail Satan. And obviously the number one response with 75% of the vote, Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
So there's your poll from last week. Okay. Lent started yesterday, correct?
Correct, on Ash Wednesday.
Okay. They say you don't have to be religious to give up something for Lent, which did start yesterday on Ash Wednesday.
There's a lot of people giving up stuff right now, too, because this is the first time that Lent and Ramadan have hit in the same time.
But
Lent,
my
Ramadan,
problem is, and this is just from my point of view, so Lent is hit, because I'm going to give up whatever. The problem is March Madness starts soon.
Yeah.
And to me, just much like the Super Bowl, a lot of bad habits tend to come out with food and alcohol and
so
everything
far, I'm
else.
French fry free for 2026.
Are you just trying to go without French fries for as long as you can, or is there a target date?
No, I was going to do it for a month, and then I realized, well, I don't really miss them that much, and cut a couple lbs. I'm like, well, I really like French fries, so if I can get French fries up, then I'm off to a good start.
All right,
It's making me get the side salad.
So
and
you
crap
get the
like
salad
that.
now?
All right, you're not getting tots, though, right?
No. I might get an occasional. I had onion rings at the casino before live.
All right.
So that's about as crazy as I'll get. But I mean, that's probably worse for you.
So you actually get the side salad now?
Well, I will, yeah.
I mean, I know it's the only other option. I get offended when they ask.
Or if I go, I'll get 2 burgers instead of a burger and a fry.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I'm.
Well, that's probably more of like a fast food place as opposed
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Like,
I'll get 2 cheeseburgers instead of a cheeseburger and a fry type deal. But some people, they say, are hardcore and follow strict rules. By the way, Lent ends Thursday, April the 2nd. Now, some are more relaxed and just cut out the meat on Friday during Lent. Others use it as an opportunity to sacrifice luxuries or habits, TV, social media, or things like alcohol, chocolate, or coffee.
Soda.
In a poll, more than 8,000 Americans, 14%, say they are giving up something for Lent this year. That's about 1 in 7 people. And 70% said they're not. 16% said, yeah, whatever, I don't really care. They say Gen Zers are the most likely to say they are giving up something at 19%. Gen Xers and Boomers, least likely, at 12%. But 25% of the people say...
If you're that old, why would you even bother to give something up?
Yeah.
Well, I'm 85 years old. I'm going to stop drinking beer. Like, at that point, like, I don't care.
Well, the thing about Lent is it's about 40 days.
Yeah.
Correct.
So if you're going to give up something for your New Year's resolution, you might be able to pull it off. That's going to be kind of difficult.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Godzilla has filed an official complaint with the Screen Actors Guild, accusing them of typecasting. But first, let's talk team building exercises.
Let's not, and say that we did.
No, Felix, as a part of In Action News' community outreach, we've been asked to occasionally perform a public service. That's why we picked up trash in the park last week.
That was not fun.
It's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a public service. That's also why we volunteered at the homeless shelter last month.
I did not volunteer for the homeless shelter. I was told I had to be there, man. I had to cancel my date with One-Eyed Tammy.
One-Eyed Tammy?
You know her?
I do not. I'm sorry that you had to cancel a date with Tammy.
One-Eyed Tammy. Tammy is someone else entirely, man.
Of course. My apologies. In the meantime, Felix, our community outreach has extended to today's program, where we will be discussing team building exercises.
Hooray.
Okay, Negative Nancy. We have 3 team building exercises to share with our viewers. The first is the simple game called 2 Truths and a Lie.
I love that game. It's where each person shares 3 facts about themselves. 2 of the statements are true, and 1 is a lie. Then the team votes on which statement they think is false.
Very good, Bonnie. That is exactly how the game is played. Being that you're a fan of it, why don't you get us started? Give us 3 statements about yourself, and Felix and I will guess which one is a lie.
Okay, ready?
Sure, Bonnie. Go ahead.
Okay. I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket. I once got a piggyback ride from a hairless Yeti, and I was the maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
Okay, Bonnie, the game is 2 truths and 1 lie. I think you got it backwards.
No, I didn't. That's why I said I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket, got a piggyback ride on a hairless Yeti, and was maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
I see. Well, I have to admit, I'm stumped.
My sister was never married.
Moving on. The second part of the 3-part team building exercise is very simple, and Felix, it's your turn.
Wonderful.
Felix, this couldn't be easier. Use 3 words to describe yourself.
Lazy.
Okay, I see what you did there, smart man. For our viewers who might be interested in team building, the third and final example we'll give you today is the tried and true trust fall.
And it's your turn to give a team building exercise a try.
Do the trust fall?
Yeah, man.
But I don't trust you, Felix.
Your words cut deep, Stone.
No, they don't.
I'll do it.
The trust fall, Bonnie?
Yeah, I love team building exercises. Let me do it.
Okay then. I guess Bonnie will display a trust fall. You know how it works. We count to 3. You let yourself collapse, trusting that we will catch you.
Yay! This is so much fun.
I'm glad you're excited, Bonnie.
I am.
See, Felix, these little exercises can be fun.
If you say so, Playboy.
Both of us will catch you, Bonnie. Right?
Yes, Stone. I'm not going to let the woman hit the floor. She's not you.
I don't know if that's a joke or not. In the meantime, Bonnie, are you ready for the trust fall?
Yeah!
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Woohoo!
Bonnie, you're supposed to fall backwards.
Oh.
Bonnie, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I don't know how this went so wrong. This was supposed to be an example of simple team building exercises. Judas Priest, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We will be back next hour.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got those Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Colbert,
Steven,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The time these guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
King Charles and Queen Camilla visited New York City, and in honor of their visit, Times Square Elmo switched from Jack Daniels to Crown Royal.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah.
Fallon.
King Charles and Queen Camilla were in New York City. And in honor of their visit, Times Square Elmo switched from Jack Daniels to Crown Royal. I thought that was...
The NCAA has announced that they will expand the tournament known as March Madness from 68 teams to 76 teams, and what they're now calling February Madness, or the Everyone Gets In Madness.
Be Ted Smith.
Ted Smith.
Yeah.
Are they seriously expanding him? Yep. Come on, man.
Yeah. Hey, money. Nobody wants it.
I completely understand
It's money.
why they're
People,
doing it. But like,
I'm with you.
At that point, just make the entire season a tournament. You got a team, you're in, right? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The makers of Coors Light announced they will launch their first ever zero alcohol beer. So if you want the taste of Coors Light without getting drunk, you may already be drunk.
Seth.
Yeah, Seth.
Seth Myers.
The makers of Coors Light announced they will launch their first ever zero alcohol beer. So if you want the taste of Coors Light without getting drunk, you may already be drunk.
Coors Light just announced they're launching their first ever non-alcoholic beer called Coors 0.0, or as it's also known, Coors Light.
Foul.
Foul.
Coors Light just announced that they're launching their first ever non-alcoholic beer called Coors 0.0, or as it's also known, Coors Light.
A lot of Coors Light slander.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't wrote those. A sheep in Vermont recently gave birth to a batch of 6 lambs. Well, there might have been more, but the doctor fell asleep.
Seth.
A sheep in Vermont recently gave birth to a batch of 6 lambs. Well, there might have been more, but the doctor fell asleep.
Honestly, it took me a second to get that joke.
Counting sheep?
Yeah. Counting sheep, yeah. I was just like, oh, they fell asleep. All right, so in America, we're kind of famous for a few things when we travel around the world. Being loud.
Yep.
Also, we use a lot of sports and then TV and movie references.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Right?
we do.
We use them all the time. We probably don't even think of them. Do you guys have any TV lines that we say every day that you
Yada,
would think
yada,
of?
yada. All right. Everyone, and I don't even think half the people that say it even know where it came from. We just understand what it means. You know, it's like etc.
So that's not on the list, but that's a good call.
A lot of people from The Simpsons just dow when they make a stupid mistake. Yep. For whatever reason, we decide instead of just saying oops, we're now going to say what Homer Simpson says.
Well, and one that honestly, I never knew the meaning of it that I've used all the time is jumping the shark.
Happy Days.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like that's from an actual show. I just know the reference point is like something's kind of moved past the good part.
I'm old enough to remember, and it's just the idea that clearly Happy Days had run its course. Fonzie was the cool guy.
99.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, check out at 5:08. We'll drink and toast for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines all the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Psychology Today has an article that details how listening to nostalgia-evoking music has been linked with significant enhancements in memory.
Well, sure.
Yeah. No, it unlocks your nostalgia. You start thinking about the old times when these songs were good to you.
Right. Remind you where you were when you heard the song.
Right. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean good songs from your childhood. It's just nostalgia evoking.
Any song.
Right. There's a lot of songs that I didn't like at all. But
Barbra Streisand, for example.
But it takes you right back.
I have good memories. I still just hate her music.
Typically, it's just being in the car with your mom.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
I remember those too. There was a handful of just oldie songs that I remember that it instantly puts me in the backseat of the van again. Mm-hmm. I just remember.
But they did a study on this?
Not so much. It was more of an article that was posted.
Okay.
That was detailing.
It was a stepdad.
Nostalgia brings back memories. Huh.
It was always baseball. It's like when you're listening to radio, you're listening to a baseball game or you're listening to a football game on Sunday. You turn the TV volume down, put the radio announcers on. Like, that's what Dad would do. Mom would just sing because she thought she could sing crappy songs in the car, but you had no control.
Nope.
Mom would not let you change the station.
My mom listened to a little bit of everything. She was a rocker chick.
Well, my problem is my mom would only listen to things that she wanted to sing.
Right.
Yeah.
Barbra Streisand, I was a lot. Bee Gees, Anita Baker. It was just all the time.
We used to actually, when we used to watch football games, we would put on the radio broadcast and turn off the volume on TV. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, you just can't
because they don't time up.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude. After tracking 31 Powerball winners for a decade, the so-called lottery curse was found to be far less common than popular myth claims.
Of course it was.
All right.
Right. So they found that there was, of those, I think it was like 3 of them just blew it.
But, I mean, that's such an individual thing. Like, there's no study needed. You know, you win money. What you choose to do with it's your own business.
Correct.
Like, I won the lottery, I'm cursed. Like, no.
And different people do different things with that same amount of money.
Exactly, depending on what walk of life they are.
Exactly.
I mean, you know people that if they got $1 million, they'd be dead in a year.
Correct.
Without a doubt.
They absolutely would. Right. Whereas others would take that $1 million and turn it into 10 within that 10 years.
Yeah.
They'd be dead. Like, yeah.
If I were in my 20s and I won $1 million,
they might have a great year.
Yeah.
You know, they'd have fun.
Seems extreme. They're dead.
a lot of OD or something, man.
Okay, first of all, you're going to buy the fastest car you can. I know that guy.
Yeah.
Or the fastest motorcycle. So it's not necessarily all these other things.
And the best drugs.
Yeah.
But I'd be dead in a year. Not now, but in my 20s, like, oh, man.
It just depends on when you win, where you are in life. Are you single? Are you married with children? Because you're going to take that money and do different things with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hand it to my children.
What was that one guy in Ohio who won like he won something, the Powerball, Mega Millions, whatever.
Yeah.
Ends up going to Florida, getting arrested down there.
Oh, yeah.
And he keeps getting arrested. He's been arrested like 4 times.
Because he's stupid.
Everybody told everybody, I'm rich, I don't care. Arrest me.
They're like, we will.
And they did.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ted, what day is it, buddy? I only ask you because I know these two aren't celebrating it.
Tuesday?
Social media day. You're up.
Oh, all right.
Oh, great.
I don't have anything for a top 10 on that one. I just wanted to let you know it's
Social media day?
Yeah, it's social media day.
Okay.
I've done my social medias for the day. I hate social media.
Isn't social media every day?
It doesn't. Hey, it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is.
Do we have a National Watch TV Day?
That's when you're not on social media. Yeah.
I guarantee you there is. Hang on. National.
Well, it just seems silly. These people are on social media every day.
National Watch TV Day is held annually on my birthday, November 21st.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
There you go. All right.
Aren't you proud?
Calling off for the day, boys.
It's like the lottery on that one.
It's my birthday, but more accurately, it's National Watch TV Day.
See, you didn't hit the lottery, but somehow, out of all those days, it lands on your birthday.
Landed on the right one.
Do you actually watch TV on your birthday?
Depends on what's on. There's a football game on. I don't know. What you getting at, Ted?
I don't know. You're always doing something or working or driving somewhere. I'm just like,
never
do you get
stop,
actually
dude.
sit down and watch TV on your birthday?
I get maybe a half hour's worth of TV. Like, doggone it. Put your thinking caps on, Jess. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I'm so tired. Okay, I give you guys a 60% chance of success on this one. Steve, you currently hold a 4-day record on the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It's an adjective brought to you by the letter B. Let me finish the entire thing. To be this is to be deprived or robbed of something, or to lack something that you need, want, or expect. It's also used as a synonym of bereaved.
You said it's an adjective?
It's an adjective. Starts with the letter B. It's a synonym of bereaved, and to be this is to be deprived or robbed of something, or to lack something that you need, want, or expect.
Man, I got nothing on this one.
Benevolence?
No. Ted, you got any guesses? Anything to throw out there?
Bamboozled?
Bamboozled. Steve, you got any final guesses?
Bereft.
By God, man, you got it.
All right.
The word is bereft.
Jesus. Never even heard of that word
Sure it wasn't bamboozled?
It was not
Check it.
Wow. Bereft is the word.
All right.
Hang on, let me put that on there. 5 days in a row, Steve.
Start calling him Steve the Thesaurus.
Steve the Thesaurus?
The Thesaurus.
Thesaurus, like Steve the Thesaurus, because it still spells.
You seem to know English words.
Well, yeah.
Jesus.
Comes in handy in my day-to-day communications, brother.
All right, I just sound like I can't talk or read.
You know English words.
You know English words good.
Yeah, it's my first language.
Thank you.
We're now getting started into ice cream month. So let's get some ice cream facts up in here.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So this comes to us from innerbody.com, and it is every state's favorite ice cream flavor.
All right.
So there's obviously the big ones that I'll tackle here as we get to the bottom of the list. Real quick, your guys' votes. Which do you think has the most states that has
Vanilla.
this as their favorite?
Yeah,
Steve goes vanilla.
Tried and true, vanilla.
Vanilla. Ted.
I would pick vanilla, but it might be chocolate.
Okay. So we're going to start with the more, what do they call it? The more creative flavors. Very bottom of the list, Miles, your state of West Virginia.
Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's one of two things. It's either sherbet,
okay,
which is huge, like a creamsicle variety of the orange, Or, I mean...
This feels incredibly seasonal.
Well, whenever I go home for Thanksgiving, it's always pumpkin ice cream.
You're absolutely right.
Is it pumpkin ice cream?
Damn.
Yeah.
Which sounds phenomenal.
No, that's all.
You never had pumpkin ice cream?
I think I had it one time this last year, and it was great.
Golly.
Yeah, my sister-in-law got me onto that years ago. I mean, it tastes like you're eating pumpkin pie.
Right.
It's so good.
I remember when
phenomenal.
you first had it because you're like thrilled because we both like pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
And you had the ice cream. I was like, what? I don't think it had really been introduced yet. Went out, got a carton of that, and it was like, dude, this is...
Yeah, that's slow churned. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And that's one of those things, like, I got to have people coming over if I'm going to buy.
Yes.
So you don't eat it all.
Correct.
Exactly.
And he gets us on Vermont's favorite flavor.
Maple.
Oh, hang on. It's tough because that's where Ben and Jerry are from.
Ah, fair enough.
Or is Miles right? Is it something simple like state thing?
It's no, not quite. It goes well on sandwiches.
On sandwiches?
Peanut butter.
Oh, all right.
Peanut butter
Yeah,
ice
I'm down
cream.
with that.
Ice cream. South Dakota's favorite is the greatest ice cream of all time.
Rocky Road?
Cookies and cream, close.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were a Rocky Road guy.
South Carolina has a favorite flavor that sounds like it comes from a little bit further south. Peach ice cream. Very good.
Yeah, makes sense.
Haven't had that, but it sounds...
I'm sure it's fine.
I think it'd be more peaches and cream flavor, wouldn't it? Like you'd go with the vanilla with some peaches in there?
It's vanilla and peaches.
Yeah.
Like if you get Briars or Dryers out here, it's typically chunks of peach.
Right.
So the ice cream isn't really peach flavored. It's just there's peaches in the vanilla.
See, I don't want that.
South Carolina, though, that also feels like a barbecue or a soul food thing.
Yeah.
Finish it off with some peach ice cream.
That's why I hate strawberry ice cream, because sometimes they'll put pieces of strawberries in there, and I'm like, no, not in my ice cream.
Really? I want artificial flavor.
Yeah. I just want that.
Man, some fresh strawberries and some strawberry ice cream is bomb. I'm sorry. I'll disagree with you on that one. Our friends to the south in Oregon, they like a more floral ice cream, see?
Lavender?
Lavender ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't. Why do you want something that tastes like a flower?
I would like it for a bite, and then I'd be done.
It's not bad.
I love the scent of lavender.
Sure. I like the smell of
But the
gasoline,
flavor.
too.
Yeah.
North Dakota's favorite flavor of ice cream. Again, we're going with every state's favorite flavor of ice cream. North Dakota goes with one that I think is a good flavor, but it's, again, one that I take in very small doses. Caramel or salted caramel.
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
Down.
Would go great, but again, I need it mixed with something else. I need a
my mouth.
Little scoop of caramel and a scoop of something else.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Maine, your daughter would love Maine's favorite blueberry ice cream.
That's all the hint you need to get.
Blueberry ice cream is pretty good.
I don't know if I've even ever seen that.
It's either that or chicken flavored ice cream, so I figured
chicken fingers?
Chicken finger flavored ice cream.
Chicken finger ice
Has
cream.
anybody had the fried chicken ice cream yet that looks like fried chicken?
No.
Oh, it looks like a drumstick.
Okay.
But it's like cornflakes on the outside, and then I want to say it's like vanilla ice cream, but I mean, it looks like a drumstick.
Okay.
Like fried chicken.
I like it. Go over to Kansas. I would not expect this to come out of Kansas. Matcha.
Really?
I know. That seems like something we'd have out here.
Yeah.
Matcha ice cream out of Kansas. I have not gotten on the matcha trend. I don't think I've even tried it, so I can't give it too much judgment, but I look at it and I know I'm not going to like it.
Much like French macaroons, Dad, overrated.
Okay.
Not bad, but just for all the hype it gets, it's like, okay, this is fine.
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like it's a lot of hype, and it's just like it looks pretty.
Sure.
So like everybody's girlfriends and wives like it, so we don't like it.
And it's green, so it makes you think it's healthy.
Yeah, seriously.
Every state's favorite ice cream flavor. We go to Indiana, which again, very seasonal, very end of the year seasonal.
End of the year.
End of the year seasonal. Ooh. Peppermint.
Really?
Why is that end of the year?
Christmas. Oh, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like generally the candy cane is the most peppermint people eat.
All right.
Thank you, Ted.
You know what? You're not wrong, man. I don't know that I eat peppermint outside.
I was thinking gum.
But like even like those little peppermint candies
all the time.
Like when's the last
Little
time?
round ones?
Yeah. Even those, like it's very rare to eat one outside of December.
But they're in every restaurant, but you won't grab them on the way out.
No, because they're not that great.
They're not bad.
Look, if I need a breath mint, I would grab one.
Okay.
But as a piece of candy, now the Andes, those I grab by the handful.
All right.
Yeah.
Or the spearmint, the green ones.
The green ones are good.
Yeah.
Hawaii's favorite ice cream, very on brand.
Pineapple.
Close. The worst one.
Coconut.
Macadamia nut.
Yep.
The worst one.
Oh, macadamia nut ice cream would actually probably be pretty good. Not gonna lie, that'd be a pretty good one. Georgia, very nice butter pecan.
Yeah, it makes sense, man.
Yes, it does.
That sounds
I
good.
don't know if I've ever had that in ice cream form.
Really?
No, that
Oh,
sounds
my
great.
God.
I haven't had that, but that sounds good.
When I was a kid, my father bought that. He always bought vanilla and butter pecan,
that is
man.
old school. cool with. That's right.
I've had praline. I don't know if I've had pecan.
Ooh, I've not had praline.
Yeah.
Florida is very much like Kansas and where it seems very trendy. However,
Oakley.
what it's consistent of is very consistent with Florida. It's made of tapioca. Boba.
Ew.
Boba flavored
ice cream.
You guys have ever had pistachio ice cream?
Yes.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
that is
Phenomenal.
yes, man, is that good?
Yes, sir.
Jeez, a whiz.
New Mexico and New York. Favorite flavor is pistachio ice cream.
All right. Okay. All right.
I don't buy it, but every time I have it, I'm like, this might be my favorite ice cream.
It's so good.
It's bomb. So there you go with the more creative flavors. Here we go. Only 2 states have chocolate as their favorite flavor. Illinois and Wisconsin.
All right, Illinois and Wisconsin. Good for you.
2 have Neapolitan ice cream.
Strawberry ruins that.
New Jersey.
Doggone it, Miles, your hatred of
It
strawberry.
does.
It does, though.
Not New Jersey.
Have you ever seen anybody dig out of a Neapolitan container?
Yes.
It's always strawberry that's left.
Strawberry's
at the end.
left.
There's never a time when you're like,
It breaks
oh my
up the
God,
two.
there's no strawberry left. It's just chocolate and vanilla. Said no one ever.
It breaks up the two.
No, it doesn't.
But it doesn't need to be
It's like
there.
someone's drawing a line. Like, get this crap away
Miles
from me.
is right, man. But after like a week, when you open the lid on that thing,
It's strawberry.
The chocolate's
You're like,
gone.
damn it.
The vanilla's gone.
Because you're scooping it wrong. You're supposed to go across.
You're supposed to
avoid
but
the
strawberries there.
Yes, exactly.
If you there on YouTube think that Miles is crazy, it's because Washington's favorite flavor is Neapolitan ice cream along with Oklahoma.
Oh,
yes.
all right. What are we doing?
Arizona loves the classic Rocky Road.
That makes sense.
All right.
3 went with vanilla ice cream.
Only 3.
Only 3.
Tell me Utah is one of them.
Utah is indeed one of them.
They just can't escape themselves.
Who else is it? You got Utah. Who else needs?
Is it as vanilla as
They're
Utah?
all on this side of the river.
Nebraska.
Not Nebraska.
I'd have guessed Kansas. But
Wyoming.
Wyoming is number 2.
Colorado.
Not Colorado. Our boring friends over to the east there.
Idaho?
Idaho.
Makes sense.
Like vanilla.
It's white.
Only white ice cream.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to eat here. We're Idaho.
Which is funny. When I was in high school, I felt like all the white guys ate chocolate and all the black guys
all black guys ate vanilla. Yeah, my dad's a big vanilla guy.
4 states picked chocolate chip ice cream. You got Colorado, Missouri, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Nothing wrong with a good chocolate chip ice cream.
That makes sense for Pennsylvania as well.
You're right.
It's
not exciting. It's just vanilla ice cream, and every once in a while, you get this chocolate bit in your teeth.
I'm down with that.
To me, it seems more plain than vanilla ice cream.
Would you rather have
I do feel like they put less effort into the actual ice cream part because they're going to mask it with the chocolate chips than they do with just vanilla ice cream. It's burst with flavor.
Chocolate chip cookie dough or chocolate chip ice cream?
Give me the chocolate chip cookie.
Because 4 states love cookie dough ice cream: Alaska, Massachusetts, Montana, and New Hampshire.
Cookie dough ice cream is pretty hard to beat.
Yes.
Alabama, Delaware, D.C., Iowa, Louisiana, and North Carolina all like this very special and happy flavor. Birthday cake.
Yeah.
A little goes a long way with birthday cake.
The older you get,
Tastes like cake.
It's got a little cake dough in it. It's got a very frosting flavor to it.
Or sometimes it's almost like yellow cake with like the sprinkles in there. I like plain ass birthday cakes. I think that's awesome.
Hell yeah. And then the
Funfetti.
number one ice cream that is beloved in Arkansas, California, Connecticut, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Nebraska, Nevada, Ohio, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. Suck it, Miles. Strawberry ice cream.
number one?
That is number one in 15
You
states.
can have it.
Love strawberry ice cream.
Take it. Take all you want. Seriously.
Miles, I've got good news and bad news. Good news, a man in Spain didn't have brain cancer like he thought he did.
What's the bad news?
Tell you at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast our friends north of the border in Ottawa, Canada. That's right. Like a lot of cities that are super urban, they've decided they want to add a lot of green spaces, or as they say, pedestrianize parts of the town, specifically downtown. So they're creating all these pocket parks, etc., just getting people to play with their kids, take the dog for a walk, etc., etc. Not a bad thing, but as Canada is a country that speaks 2 languages, both French and English, they printed the street signs promoting this in both French and in English. Unfortunately, there's a small typo on the French signs that have been posted around town. So I'm sure I'm going to say this wrong, but the bright purple posters should have read Placitas public, which basically just means public park or public square. All right. So the ones in English do in fact say that. The ones in French were supposed to say that. Turns out, much like English, they left the L out of public. So now it reads pubic. And yes, that does in fact translate to pubic. So if you speak French and you're looking at these big purple signs all over
Pubic
Ottawa,
Park.
pubic places.
Pubic
places, man, and with arrows and everything. They were up for about a week before they finally caught the typo. Canada being Canada, they were pretty cool about it. They said, hey, we accept human error. It's just our responsibility to take the signs down.
Yep.
So they fixed it. But yeah, so if you spoke French and you're looking for a pubic place, yeah, they're all over Ottawa. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, let's get the contestant on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Godzilla has filed an official complaint with the Screen Actors Guild, accusing them of typecasting. But first, let's talk team building exercises.
Let's not and say that we did.
No, Felix, as a part of In Action News' community outreach, we've been asked to occasionally perform a public service. That's why we picked up trash in the park last week.
That was not fun.
It's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a public service. That's also why we volunteered at the homeless shelter last month.
I did not volunteer for the homeless shelter. I was told I had to be there, man. I had to cancel my date with One-Eyed Tammy.
One-Eyed Tammy?
You know her.
I do not. I'm sorry that you had to cancel a date with Tammy.
One-Eyed Tammy. Tammy is someone else entirely, man.
Of course. My apologies. In the meantime, Felix, our community outreach has extended to today's program, where we will be discussing team building exercises.
Hooray.
Okay, Negative Nancy. We have 3 team building exercises to share with our viewers. The first is the simple game called 2 Truths and a Lie.
I love that game. It's where each person shares 3 facts about themselves. 2 of the statements are true, and 1 is a lie. Then the team votes on which statement they think is false.
Very good, Bonnie. That is exactly how the game is played. Being that you're a fan of it, why don't you get us started? Give us 3 statements about yourself, and Felix and I will guess which one is a lie.
Okay. Ready?
Sure, Bonnie. Go ahead.
Okay. I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket. I once got a piggyback ride from a hairless Yeti, and I was the maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
Okay, Bonnie, the game is 2 truths and 1 lie. I think you got it backwards.
No, I didn't. That's why I said I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket, got a piggyback ride on a hairless Yeti, and was maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
I see. Well, I have to admit, I'm stumped.
My sister was never married.
Moving on. The second part of the 3-part team building exercise is very simple, and Felix, it's your turn.
Wonderful.
Felix, this couldn't be easier. Use 3 words to describe yourself.
Lazy.
Okay, I see what you did there, smart man. For our viewers who might be interested in team building, the third and final example we'll give you today is the tried and true trust fall.
And it's your turn to give a team building exercise a try.
Do the trust fall?
Yeah, man.
But I don't trust you, Felix.
Your words cut deep, Stone.
No, they don't.
I'll do it.
The trust fall, Bonnie?
Yeah, I love team building exercises. Let me do it.
Okay then. I guess Bonnie will display a trust fall. You know how it works. We count to 3. You let yourself collapse, trusting that we will catch you.
Yay! This is so much fun.
I'm glad you're excited, Bonnie.
I am.
See, Felix, these little exercises can be fun.
If you say so, Playboy.
Both of us will catch you, Bonnie. Right?
Yes, Stone. I'm not going to let the woman hit the floor. She's not you.
I don't know if that's a joke or not. In the meantime, Bonnie, are you ready for the trust fall?
Yeah!
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Woohoo!
Bonnie, you're supposed to fall backwards.
Oh.
Bonnie, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I don't know how this went so wrong. This was supposed to be an example of simple team building exercises. Judas Priest, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We will be back next hour.
Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotype you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Our caller has dropped off. You 3 gentlemen are now competing against one another. And today, you have your choice of one of 3 categories. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally today, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Spill.
All right. We go to the state of Wisconsin, where State Patrol says traffic on Interstate in Janesville got backed up for hours last Thursday after a truck hit the brakes and then spilled its cargo all over the highway. So the truck's driver was trying to avoid rear-ending a box truck that had a snapped axle and was disabled in the south lanes. So they slammed on the brakes. Whatever the cargo was comes flying over the top of it. A responding officer said the truck did not crash. Nobody got injured, but the truck's load weight shifted during the sudden extreme braking. That's what created the force needed to catapult the cargo all over the road. The question we have is, what was the truck hauling? And then spilling. Was it sewage? Was it asphalt? Was it paint? Or was it animal parts? Sewage, asphalt, paint, or animal parts?
I'm hedging my bets on this one. I think it's sewage.
Think it's sewage?
I think there's nasty people water everywhere.
Yeah, I just feel like sewage
People
is
water.
generally in like an enclosed tank.
I'm going to go with paint, because I just think that would be the biggest pain in the ass to clean up.
Yeah.
Every day we see a truck drive by here that has full of carcasses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Animal parts.
Animal parts.
What did the truck spill over the road in Wisconsin? Let's see here. Sewage, asphalt, paint, or animal parts? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories licensed to spill on profile this way to Wisconsin, where a truck driver he had to hit the brakes because a box truck in front of him lost an axle or whatever the deal was. So he hit his brakes, and just by the way the truck shifted, it spilled its cargo. He did not wreck his truck, but either way, it put it out all over the road and shut it down. Question is, what did he spill all over the highway there? Sewage, asphalt, paint, or animal parts?
Yeah, it's a question I asked you guys, and you guys gave different answers. So we'll start with you, Miles. You went with paint, you're right. Pain in the ass to clean up, however, not the correct answer. Mike Hawk, you went with sewage.
Yes, I did.
What did you call it? Dirty people water or something like that?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Nasty people water.
It was not nasty people water. The Ted Smith, based on the fact that we have the carcass truck that goes up and down 5 every day. You went with animal parts. And you are correct.
I just feel like all the other ones would be in an enclosed truck.
I would think animal parts would be, but it's not. And the thing is, according to the article, it's various animals. Like a reporter asked the cop, well, what kind of animals? He's like, animals. Plural. You name it, it was in the truck.
Dead
now
ones?
It's on the highway. Yeah, dead ones.
Could have just said hot dogs.
Now for all the TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
So obviously with the World Cup going on, a lot of different people from different countries and cultures have been enjoying the United States of America. You think they watched their TV while they were here?
I think they're probably partying too hard and enjoying the city. That's my guess.
Good point.
You know, I don't know. This is taking place in France. We decided to go check out the World Cup in France. I'm sure there's great TV shows, but it's like, man, either I'm partying or I'm sleeping off the party.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't think.
And when I've traveled to other countries, like the TV's just so weird. Like I'll definitely hop on, like when we were in Germany, I wanted to check like college football scores.
Yeah.
But like
we couldn't.
So I just like hopped online when I went to sleep and looked up like the if I remember, because the Huskies beat the Ducks. But it was like 3 a.m.
But also I think a lot of US TV shows,
that's probably our greatest
ship well.
Yeah.
So a lot of the shows we have here, they already know them. They've already
Netflix,
seen them.
you can get it anywhere.
You know, it's a good point.
So, well, I will say this. Yeah, the most entertaining TV I do watch is late at night in a different country.
Yeah.
Laying in bed, turn the TV on for a minute, just flip around and be like, wow, they're showing that. Wish we had that. Or those.
Yeah, and I guess Canada and Mexico maybe are different. I've never been to either one of those. But like even in London, like there was a TV. I couldn't figure out what the hell the stations were.
Yeah, I never turned it on.
And then I was just like, I don't know, is there Sky Sports? Like, I'm just looking for a sports center.
Well, so even going to Mexico and Canada is kind of a letdown just because it's not that exotic as far as we go, right? So you go to Mexico, I don't speak Spanish, but they have satellite TVs. So for whatever, we always go at Christmas. So NFL football's on. I'm not going to miss, even if you go to a bar there, they put it on in English. They don't do like Telemundo or anything. And when you go to Canada, what's funny about Canada is a lot of U.S. shows, right? They put them on their own networks. But there are some Canadian TV shows that you didn't realize that were Canadian that we have in syndication here, but they're on later at night. So you turn like, why do I know this show? You know, it's 8 o'clock prime time, and you're like, oh, God, I didn't realize it was Canadian.
I've also been to some countries in the Caribbean, and I think they cater to Americans. But one channel in particular would show a different local news channel every single night. So it'd be like Philly, NBC one night.
Right.
Next would be New York. And I'm watching at one point in time, and somebody I knew from Baltimore was on. I'm like, I cannot believe I'm sitting here
watching
this person do weather, you know, that I know. It was just, I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah, I had a friend that was at some beach resort town in Mexico, and he just texted me. He's like, this will sound odd, but I'm watching your Seattle Sounders.
Yeah.
On some, right, because they were like on Fox Sports or something. I was like, all right. But TV shows, definitely one of the big American exports in Hollywood. So this is a list of, they say, the top TV shows that define the American experience.
Now, is this based on those of us that live here and go, yeah, that's pretty accurate, or as people perceive it around the world?
It's just here. It's celebrating America's 250. So these are shows that help shape pop culture, reflect everyday American life, and define generations of viewers.
All right.
So we'll start at the bottom. We'll see how many of these we've watched. I highlighted all the ones I've watched. This one is super new. Everybody keeps talking about it. Doctor Show, real life.
Oh, The Pit.
The Pit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone I know that watches it recommends it to me and my wife. We have not watched it. I'm sure it's good. I just want something different. I know it's a hospital drama. I'm sure it's done very well. But I'm like, I've seen a million hospital dramas.
Well, this one, though, is real life. It's just in that hospital emergency room over 24 hours.
Right. No, I get it. I like the premise. Noah Wiley, I like him as an actor. It's fine.
But I'm saying, though, it's not a drama. It's in this hospital. So there's no actors. They're just doctors and nurses.
Wait, I thought The Pit was the Noah Wiley show. So this is an unscripted show.
Oh, am I wrong?
I thought The Pit was a scripted show with Noah Wiley.
It is.
Oh, I was under the impression it was just a hospital in Pittsburgh taking you through 24 hours a day in the
No, it's a
emergency room.
scripted show, and apparently it's very, very accurate and all this kind of
Wow.
And look, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't work in
I think
the
it's
ER,
supposed to be a
but
Presbyterian hospital.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Damn, I was way off on that.
Yeah, I was like, wait a
seriously,
minute, man.
you're like, no, Wiley. I'm like, no, man, these are just regular doctors.
Or maybe he's a real doctor now.
He's been on 2 shows.
He was
But
on
knows a
ER.
lot more than we do.
Yeah.
The next one I never watched. I think a lot of people in here did. Walking Dead.
Yep.
I didn't watch
that. No.
Oh,
How does that reflect what it's like to be in the country right now, Mike? As somebody watched the show, I mean, there's zombies and
They're
there's
in America.
survivalists. Yes, it is in the U.S., but I'm like, what?
Maybe that's all it is.
Third Avenue in Seattle.
But I think
like-
that show, kind of with the next one on the list, kind of shaped like a lot of pop culture.
Right. Pop culture.
You know what I mean? Like I see people all the time at Halloween with baseball bats and barbed wire. Like I fathom where that's from.
Sure.
See, to me, it's moonshiners. Depends on where you grew up.
Yeah.
2007 to 2021. Keep it up with the Kardashians.
I mean, that's not realistic, but it's part of life in America if you're rich.
It definitely shaped pop culture.
Correct.
The fact that it was on that long tells you that.
American Idol makes the list.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then we'll get into some more. Now, this is where all the heavy hitters come that I used to watch. Top TV shows that define the American experience. Friends.
100%.
Yeah.
There's people that learned English because of Friends.
Yeah,
You know,
I've heard
it's just, that is probably one of, if not the greatest American show to come out of this country.
And I always say, Friends, I don't rewatch it like I can a Seinfeld episode, but it shocks me how many young people are like, oh no, I watched it on Netflix.
They're really into it now.
Like I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, look, good for them because they're making bank off of the repeat.
Just don't expect to have that kind of an apartment in New York City.
No kidding.
Let's see. This one reminds me of being home, sick from school, not Price is Right.
General Hospital.
Maury.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who we are.
Yeah.
That's exactly who.
I mean, it's representative of who we are as a nation. So yeah,
My
that
wife
doesn't
and I
shock me at
just
all.
watched. It was all the talk shows back then. It was like Dark Side of the '90s or whatever, one of those.
Oh yeah, Vice. That's a good show.
But it's a great show. But they were doing the talk shows, and at first I didn't want to watch it. But look, they didn't touch Oprah. They're like, look,
They're going to Maury and stuff like that.
It was Maury, it was Jerry Springer, but when they're showing the clips from the show, I mean, it did feel nostalgic. Because I looked at my wife and I said, look, like pre 9/11, when we truly did not believe we had any existential threats in this country, we just threw down and had fun, man. And Jerry Springer is almost like it's like
I had a buddy that was on it twice.
Yeah, playing different people.
Yeah, he played 2 different people.
Oh, they talked to a bunch of the actors that went on the show. They were like, yeah, man. Because they would come up with the producers would come up with the scenario that they go, no one on earth is like, have you ever made love to a fish while your wife watched it? Like, no. But people would sign up and say, hey, I'll play the guy. But the audience didn't know. And somehow, the wife would come out, you're sleeping with the fish. The fight. So we were riveted. And I'm like, this is so stupid. But I love this. I almost wish we could go back to that.
Yeah, Jerry was a big deal. The Simpsons.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
My favorite show, Seinfeld.
Yep.
Again, it's not realistic. He's a professional comedian and everything else, but it's just like, it's just such a part of Americana.
It is.
I mean, people that don't, I say this all the time, people that don't watch or haven't watched Seinfeld don't even realize they use terms from Seinfeld.
Oh, my kid says yada, 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 and he says dough from The Simpsons. Has no idea that's where they came from. I know it. I don't bother to tell him because it's just part of what people do now.
Yeah, it's like we used to have the Subway Nazi.
Yes.
From the Soup Nazi.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly.
I wouldn't order that. Again, downfall because of the actor, but a great show. We talked about it last week. The Cosby Show.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Like we were
show.
saying, like he was like America. He was everybody's dad.
Yeah.
Keith Huxtable was.
Was it Cliff?
Huxtable.
Keith Huxtable.
Keith Huxtable.
I was like, that does
Like
not...
people named Keith for 100.
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah. Keith Huxtable.
Keith Huxtable. Don't mess with Keith.
Yeah.
Huxtable? Yeah, for Keith.
Keith.
He's a pistol.
All right.
I'm really racking my brain right now trying to think of a black person named Keith.
I went to high
Keith
school.
David.
Keith Bogans.
Who?
Keith David.
Keith David.
Great. He's a
the
big actor.
yeah.
He's a great voice artist.
One.
You don't know who he is, but you do.
I went to high school with Keith Bogans, played at Kentucky, played in the NBA for like 12 or 14 years.
Okay.
Come on, man. There's black Keith.
I'm trying to think. Like, this is how it works my brain.
Black Keith over here?
This is how it worked my brain. I'm trying to think.
Damn it, Miles.
Check the YouTube comments or the text line. I'm sure there's like a bunch of black Keiths we're not even thinking about.
Black Keiths, anybody?
Yeah, nothing so far.
Yeah, they're not coming in yet.
We named the two. One I knew personally.
Everyone's like, oh,
I'm thinking baseball. I'm thinking all these different sports.
There's got to be a wide receiver named Keith.
No.
All right. Saturday Night Live makes the list of the top TV shows to define the American experience.
Great call. Absolutely.
Yeah, and look, I'm an unabashed SNL lover. I still watch it all the time. The only big issue I have with SNL sometimes is like last weekend. I was just sitting at home watching soccer. It was a quiet Saturday, and I was like, man, I kind of wish SNL was on.
Yeah. Weekend Update keeps you up to date on what's going on at least that week.
Yep.
So, get an idea of what the top stories are, whatever they're making fun of.
Keith Sweat.
Keith Sweat. There we go.
Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat.
Mike was sitting on that one. He didn't have to do research or nothing.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah, you don't know any black Keiths.
Now you do.
Keith Sweat.
Now you do.
Saturday Night Live, too, also for me. I like the musical guest. There is sometimes, that's actually how I started liking One Direction.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know that band. Then I was like, oh, man, these guys are kind of good. Like, sometimes you see people, or like actors. There's actors I don't, know all their movies. But I'm like, God, this guy's great on it.
You like him in SNL?
Yeah. What's it? Adam Driver.
Yeah, he's great on SNL.
Yeah. This is a little more your guys' time. Happy Days.
Yeah, at the time. Well, hell, we have the term jump the
essentially
shark.
American Graffiti.
Yeah, but you have the term jump the shark.
Little House on the Prairie.
Oh,
from a family perspective, on when I was a kid, but even as a kid, I'm not watching.
It's like the Waldens. All right.
Yeah.
Top TV shows to define the American experience. To me, the start of this show just means leave the room.
60 minutes.
Not 60 minutes.
Oh. MASH.
Yep. All right. Good call.
Yep. I can hear that theme too.
God, my grandfather loved that show.
My old man did too.
My wife loves it.
Yeah. My parents, absolutely. My dad loved it.
I wonder if I went back and watched it now, if it would be funnier to me than when I was a kid.
You'd appreciate it more because what they're joking. So I didn't realize as a kid the whole thing. My wife goes on about it. So about 3 years ago, there's a repeat, and I'm watching it with her, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. It's not that it's supposed to be funny, but it's just that these guys are in such a horrible, horrible situation. All of them drafted, right? So none of them volunteered to be there. They don't want to be there. So the jokes they crack, they're just using humor to deal with these really atrocious things going on. And but I could appreciate it as an adult. Like, right, if they're not telling jokes, they're going to go crazy. And that's legitimately at the heart of what the show is.
Hey, look, and to this day, honestly, isn't that called the Forgotten War?
Yeah, Korean War.
It's crazy to me. Like, we just don't talk about it.
Nope.
Now
they're exciting to talk about.
Sesame Street.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Come on, yeah.
Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's hosted most of the time by a Canadian, but
yeah.
Well, it's an American show.
Yes, it is.
He didn't
Merv
make
Griffin,
it. He had to come down here so he could be on it.
Yeah, that's right. We're speaking of the dead.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, Alex, you're a legend. TV shows define American experience. This one's kind of tough, as it was never here. It wasn't even on Earth.
Star Trek.
Yeah. Next on the list, The Tonight Show. And then you got to hop in the Wayback Machine. I Love Lucy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And The Ed Sullivan Show.
I have no idea.
I Love Lucy. I remember watching repeats, and it still holds up. Like, it is still funny to this day. Ed Sullivan, I don't know if I can get through, but
I feel like he dropped so many pop culture icons of the day.
And he was the uncoolest guy in the world.
No kidding.
I think he's one of those guys like, I don't know the band you're about to see. I don't know why you kids like this, but
wow, the ghost.
Here they are.
Now the whole.
Weren't they something?
But I Love Lucy. I'm with Mike on that. Like, I remember as a kid thinking that was just the funniest show.
It's still funny
on
man.
TV.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, I feel like that. The Carol Burnett show, my kids.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing some kind of honor for Carol Burnett, I don't know, like 5 years ago. Kids had never heard of her, but they were showing a bunch of the sketches from the show. And both of my kids are like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen on TV. I'm like, yeah, because it was.
Sketch comedy has really kind of lost itself.
It has.
Well, live, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why SNL seems to work.
SNL's really the only one that's keeping it alive.
But a
Everybody
lot of
else
that's
has a lot of
it's
great
just
shows.
Hollywood.
You know,
It's there because
It is Hollywood, but I mean, like, look, right? Like, I love Drewski, right? He just hosted the BET Awards, but I mean, he started out just making skits, on the internet, right? And I think a lot of that, if you're gonna see skits anymore, that's probably where it is. But then also some of those guys, some of those groups of people kind of cross into the pranks. Where like the pranks to me,
are different. Even though it's a little more crude, I would even say the Chappelle Show.
Chappelle Show,
great skit,
but it was a great skit.
Key and Peele, great skit.
Seattle has some good groups out there, man. As far as doing improv and just doing skit, like to this day, if you want to see good sketch comedy, you almost have to go to a live performance.
Yeah,
it's just not on TV so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and shout out, to Almost Live for years that was out here in Seattle.
Exactly.
Very, very rare for any market to have their own SNL.
Yeah.
And do it well. Right? That's the difference, right?
I mean, that show was
Second
great.
City, maybe, but that's it.
I haven't checked. I know for our Mexican friends, they're supposed to be playing Ecuador, kicking off here in a little bit. But last I saw, there was some thunderstorms and it was dumping rain down in Mexico City. So that might be a little bit delayed.
Okay. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, Godzilla has filed an official complaint with the Screen Actors Guild, accusing them of typecasting. But first, let's talk team building exercises.
Let's not, and say that we did.
No, Felix, as a part of In Action News' community outreach, we've been asked to occasionally perform a public service. That's why we picked up trash in the park last week.
That was not fun.
It's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a public service. That's also why we volunteered at the homeless shelter last month.
I did not volunteer for the homeless shelter. I was told I had to be there, man. I had to cancel my date with One-Eyed Tammy.
One-Eyed Tammy?
You know her.
I do not. I'm sorry that you had to cancel a date with Tammy.
One-Eyed Tammy. Tammy is someone else entirely, man.
Of course. My apologies. In the meantime, Felix, our community outreach has extended to today's program where we will be discussing team building exercises.
Hooray.
Okay, Negative Nancy. We have 3 team building exercises to share with our viewers. The first is the simple game called 2 Truths and a Lie.
I love that game. It's where each person shares 3 facts about themselves. 2 of the statements are true, and 1 is a lie. Then the team votes on which statement they think is false.
Very good, Bonnie. That is exactly how the game is played. Being that you're a fan of it, why don't you get us started? Give us 3 statements about yourself, and Felix and I will guess which one is a lie.
Okay, ready?
Sure, Bonnie. Go ahead.
Okay. I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket. I once got a piggyback ride from a hairless Yeti, and I was the maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
Okay, Bonnie, the game is 2 truths and 1 lie. I think you got it backwards.
No, I didn't. That's why I said I beat a polar bear to death with a pickleball racket, got a piggyback ride on a hairless Yeti, and was maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
I see. Well, I have to admit, I'm stumped.
My sister was never married.
Moving on. The second part of the 3-part team building exercise is very simple, and Felix, it's your turn.
Wonderful.
Felix, this couldn't be easier. Use 3 words to describe yourself.
Lazy.
Okay, I see what you did there, smart man. For our viewers who might be interested in team building, the third and final example we'll give you today is the tried and true trust fall.
And it's your turn to give a team building exercise a try.
Do the trust fall?
Yeah, man.
But I don't trust you, Felix.
Your words cut deep, Stone.
No, they don't.
I'll do it.
The trust fall, Bonnie?
Yeah, I love team building exercises. Let me do it.
Okay then. I guess Bonnie will display a trust fall. You know how it works. We count to 3. You let yourself collapse, trusting that we will catch you.
Yay! This is so much fun.
I'm glad you're excited, Bonnie.
I am.
See, Felix, these little exercises can be fun.
If you say so, Playboy.
Both of us will catch you, Bonnie. Right?
Yes, Stone. I'm not going to let the woman hit the floor. She's not you.
I don't know if that's a joke or not. In the meantime, Bonnie, are you ready for the trust fall?
Yeah!
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Woohoo!
Bonnie, you're supposed to fall backwards.
Oh.
Bonnie, are you okay?
I'm okay.
I don't know how this went so wrong. This was supposed to be an example of simple team building exercises. Judas Priest, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We will be back next hour.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A Mexican Batman tapes motorcycle thieves to street poles all around town. Batman. We head to Thailand, where 100 escaped monkeys are now roaming around. A gang from Venezuela steals $500,000 from Connecticut ATMs. How could having brain cancer get any more grim? It can. And today's rescued animal is a boa constrictor hanging out at a pool in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Our top story, we go to Spain, where good news comes with bad news. A 60-year-old man went to the doctor with worsening headaches and subtle behavior changes, and they took a CT scan to figure out what was going on. Unfortunately, the scan suggested that he had metastatic brain tumors, and they immediately started him on steroids commonly used to ease cancer-related brain swelling, which did improve his symptoms. But as they continued scans, they couldn't find any primary cancer in his brain, leaving him to take an MRI, which found the issue. Cysts from the pork tapeworm that was launched in his brain. In his brain.
How much pork was eaten?
I don't know.
All right, I want to know the pork limit.
After being diagnosed with parasitic brain infection, he was started on anti-parasitic drugs and tapered off the steroids without complications, and eventually he was okay. So they're saying the tapeworm that he had, was not native to the area that he was in.
Right.
So he wonders if he was on some sort of construction site with migrant workers or something like that and ended up eating something of theirs or coming in contact in a way that got it into his friggin' brain. I don't know, but he got a pork tapeworm.
I mean, look, it's better news.
Yes.
But it skeeves you out more.
And they did talk about how they're going to start changing procedures to where it's like, let's start scanning for brain worms. I know.
Name that bill after him.
Better than cancer. What's better? I mean, obviously that's better than cancer, right?
Right.
I mean, I would think.
It's definitely better because they can. Here's the thing: you can kill the worms.
Right.
The cancer we're still trying to work on, but as far as your growth factor, you're kind of like, oh my God, get these things out of my head.
Right. It's not near as devastating. It is something that can be fixed. You're skeeved out.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got parasites on us at any given point in time. It's just the way that it is.
But if they say it's in your brain and that's why your head hurts. Like,
right. There's a creepy crawly in your doggone brain. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That skeeves me out.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my brother explained what tapeworms were.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So he explained it. And man, I'm telling you, every time a meal was put in front of me, all I could think is, oh God, I'm going to get a tapeworm. Yeah. The idea of that still bugs me, just not as much.
You get something that's a little bit too stringy that wasn't supposed to be stringy.
Yeah. I got a tapeworm.
Damn it.
The one guy we talked about years ago that got it because he was eating salmon nigiri every day or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's still just impressive to me that he liked any food that much to eat it every day.
The time. Right? And he ate himself into that.
And I feel like his fish, one of those that actually, if you're not careful, fish has quite the propensity to have parasites of some kind in it.
They live in the ocean.
Right.
I told you we had a swordfish. We had a swordfish special. I worked at a seafood restaurant. It was a swordfish special. It was not normally on the menu. But when we got it in, we had to fillet it. And then they're almost like cobalt blue. They look like grubs, kind of.
Okay.
They were, and like I said, these are not like teeny tiny microscopic parasitic. These things are not quite, they're maybe half the length of an earthworm. And when you cut this thing open, like I said, they are bright blue and they're just in the flesh of the fish. And we were prepared to throw it out. And the chef's like, no, man. You basically take tweezers, you pull them out. So on one part of your cutting board is this pile of these blue worms. I cannot tell you how disconcerting it was. And I won't eat swordfish for that. I'm sure they pull the worms out. I have no doubt. But I'm like, I'm just not doing it.
I've only had
it
once.
Are you looking at it?
Looking for, something that looks like it, I guess.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you yank those things out, and then you cooked it and served it to people, and I felt bad.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, like I said, they're not small.
No.
It's like, Jesus.
That's horrific.
Uh-huh.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
We go to Connecticut, where a major theft operation has been busted. 4 men have been taken into custody by authorities after they were identified as the suspects who stole more than $500,000 on a stretch of road between Darien and New Haven over the course of 2 weeks. They reportedly used hardware and malware to use jackpotting tactics on the ATMs, causing them to spit money like a slot machine, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They allegedly targeted 8 different locations and attempted a 9th, but luckily a software security patch prevented the crime from happening. They are all facing some serious charges. And they use cameras, they use phones and all that to track them all down and to figure that out. But the fact that these guys were able to get away with $500,000,
that's a lot of cash.
That's getting it done. And
And they ship the money out, so they can't get it back.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, nothing we can do about it. Turn these things into doggone jackpot machines.
I mean, if I could, I would.
Right? Yeah. Figure out whoever figured that out and
right.
See what we can do as far as, something productive.
Wish I could do that.
Yeah. Freaky story out of Thailand. Not that one, though. Authorities announced that authorities are in the process of capturing 100 monkeys that broke out of their enclosure. A couple years ago, in an attempt to reduce the number of violent encounters with the wild monkeys in the area in search of food, leadership ordered the rounding up and holding of more than 2,500 monkeys in the area that were all kept in several different enclosures. Now, of these that escaped, it's been reported that staff managed to keep more than 1,000 others from following suit and making the situation worse. The enclosure was repaired, and plans are being made to build a more secure double-layer enclosure for the monkeys as authorities continue their efforts to round them all back up.
They're not going to get them all.
No, they're not.
Well, yeah, you already had them all in there. I could have made one more phone call to Pet Solutions. Wouldn't be a problem.
Too late now.
They'd have been gone.
They had hired us.
Right.
Wouldn't have violent monkey attacks.
And is that one of those areas where, the monkeys kind of run the streets out there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, absolutely. That's why they put them in the thing.
Steal stuff from tourists and everything else.
You ever seen a wild monkey in Seattle?
No, sir.
You can thank Pet Solutions.
Thank you, Pet Solutions.
You're welcome.
Taking care of it. Not exactly pets, but you know what? There's a solution for it.
See, it's wild people.
Yeah, right? No kidding.
Sometimes we go by caged animal solutions.
Oh, damn.
You got an animal in a cage? You don't need an animal in a cage? We'll take care of it.
You want your cage to be open again?
Oh, you caught one. You want to catch another one? Skin that one. I'll give you another one. We talked about it during one of the breaks. I don't know if there's much creepy. What could be loose in your doggone neighborhood than monkeys just hiding in the trees somewhere that are angry?
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want it. We go to Pittsburgh, where someone found an unwanted guest in their backyard. A local resident felt the need to call authorities after they went out back to see an albino boa constrictor lazily lounging on their raised pool deck. Animal care and control was called, and the snake was relocated to the local human animal rescue, where it's receiving proper care. Officials say that while it's legal to own such a reptile in the state, owners are responsible for ensuring their pets are safely contained.
Couldn't you just put that up on a local Facebook page? Somebody be there in 2 hours to pick the damn thing up.
You'd think, but they got out once. I don't want them in charge of it anymore.
That's the tough thing with a snake. It's like, did they just dump it, or did it just escape?
Did it escape? Right.
I don't know. Either let's think with snakes. It seems like sometimes they just escape. Other times they get big enough for people to just let it go.
You'd be surprised the small slit that they can slide through.
I'll bet that's true. I will bet that's true. But just in case those stories with the bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go to Mexico, where the people take matters into their own hands. A few weeks back, authorities were alerted to an unknown individual that was found duct taped to a lamppost. This is such a great story. Yeah. They arrived on the scene and found their victim, which came complete with the word thief written on their forehead.
Damn.
And an alleged stolen motorcycle was found nearby. Since that time, police have discovered 4 more alleged thieves, all duct taped to lampposts. And they're like full blown. Like they blew 2 or 3 rolls of duct tape on this, taped their mouths shut, blindfolds over their eyes. Like, these guys are stuck. Let's see here. Locals are wondering whether this is the work of one lone vigilante or a collection of people who are all fed up with the slow-acting law enforcement.
These people who are taped to poles will be able to tell them that when they talk to them.
Yes.
Was it one dude, or was it like a gang of 5 guys?
The alleged thieves are being treated as victims currently until the investigation concludes, and they've reminded folks that nobody should take the law into their own hands regardless of their motives. They're going to keep doing it.
Of course they're going to keep doing it.
If you're too slow, if people are getting their stuff stolen and you're not taking care of the problem, the people will take care of the problem.
Yeah, they duct taped him.
Right. If you want to have control of the situation,
just duct tape his ass to a pole or a tree.
Yeah, right. Thief. If you want to control the situation, control the damn situation.
And they are.
Men's Room Sports, you got more World Cup coverage over on Fox and Baseball on CBS and True TV. We've also got Game 2 between the Mariners and the Angels about to begin over on Mariners TV. As far as the weather, it's going to be an exact copy of today there, guys. It's going to cool down to cloudy with a low of 53 tonight. Tomorrow's going to be overcast and 66, just like it was today. That's it for headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Hey, so we appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. The lovely Jolene is up in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.